Hello, everyone. Before we start today's amazing episode of the Have a Word podcast, we need to tell you about our Patreon, patreon.com/haveawordpod. It's one of the biggest Patreons in the world. It's the biggest in the UK for good reason. Isn't it, Finn?
Yeah, you get an extra episode every week of this. You get all the specials. How many specials is it now?
There's about 743.
And they're all unbelievable TV level stuff.
Lock-ins, we've been to Nashville, we've been to India, we've done so much. If you enjoy the vibe of the Have a Word podcast, become a lid, join the lid army, patreon.com/haveawordpod. Also, Adam is one of the best comedians in the country. Go and see him live. I'm a good comedian. I couldn't say that.
You're one of the best in the country. Don't put yourself down.
Man. Go and find my tickets as well. We do loads of live stuff, and we've got a huge announcement coming soon. Tweak a nipple. Get excited. Sign up to the Patreon. Enjoy the episode. Finn was great in it.
Always.
Wag leads, you're listening to the funniest podcast in the game from the heart of Liverpool with Adam, Dan, Sensei Carl and Finn. This is the one and only Have a Word.
Brought to you by Manscaped, the very best products on the market for below the waist grooming.
Go Ed, get on me.
Hey! Thomas, you had a question.
I had a question. Yeah, is this a swear?
Are you
Would you call
4
that a
years of
swear?
age?
Yeah.
Not if a baby does it.
No, definitely if a baby does it.
No, if a baby's lying there and goes, you don't think the baby does
Both. If it does both,
Yeah,
that
it does
is
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened the other day, we were driving and Louis was in the back and Soph's next to me and a guy cut me up, right, under a tunnel.
Louis, your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not Louis Armstrong.
No. No. And then, old mate. And then we're going under the
If
tunnel.
Louis Armstrong flips you off, by the way, he means it. Just go on, carry on.
How's he going to ride his bike like that? And then they...
Whoa.
is that less than 1 minute? Is that less than 1 minute? Is that less than 1 minute? Who do you think Louis Armstrong is?
Whoa. Who do you think Louis Armstrong
I
is?
just realised my faux pas.
Who's Louis Armstrong?
Louis Armstrong is...
I think to myself.
What a wonderful moon.
And the other
He's
one
the
is
moon
just-
man.
He's the what?
He's the moon man.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He was the first man on the moon.
No, I'm not buying the second one.
No, that second
thought it
one's
was
a joke.
No. Don't stop chipping in and let him answer the question. You think Louis Armstrong was the first man on the moon?
I thought it was the cycling guy for a second.
That's Lance Armstrong.
Okay, so they're related. It's the...
And the first man on the moon, that was Neil Armstrong.
Thomas, you finished the song?
Huh?
You finished the song?
I thought that was a joke.
No, that's Louis Armstrong's song.
I thought Carl was making an Armstrong pun. Going, it's the singer.
I like to move it. That's Louis Armstrong as well.
He also did the Chewits advert, yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
you think-
1 minute in. Fuck.
You think
Okay.
Neil Armstrong won the Tour de France and Lance Armstrong went to the moon?
Oh, I thought that maybe he might have cycled in his retirement.
Okay.
He's done the moon. He come down. He started cycling.
Okay. ADHD meltdown already, and we're less than 2 minutes in. Let's go back to your story. So you're in the car with Louis, your son,
Yeah.
and Sophie, your wife.
My wife, and we went to, the wife went to go across, and this guy, I watched him because he'd been really pissed off on the motorway, and then he come in and he cut me up, and then I beeped because I nearly hit him, and I was already going in, and then he beat me, so and then put his window down and shouted at me. I couldn't hear. It was like, actually went, I was like, oh, it's Louis Armstrong. And then, but he shouted at me, and then all I did was just like, yeah, like this, right? And Soph was like, you just swore at him, and I was like, no, I didn't.
But,
And
no,
I
you did,
thought-
but so what?
No, but in my head, because my Louis has been picking up on language. He's been repeating a couple of words. He's been also like
Repeating can't.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm on a bit of a cunt ban. Like I'm not allowed to say cunt.
So Stan.
It's like having him here.
So I've got to watch what I'm swearing, what I'm saying, and then she says, you swore.
But Louis doesn't have the cognition to understand what that is.
Yeah, and he didn't see me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, here's the thing.
John Cena.
Here's the thing. You have swore at him, but Louis can't understand that.
I would never call that a swear.
Okay, but what? So in your head, what is that?
Fuck off.
Which is a swear.
Yeah, but I'm not saying. When she said you swore, that makes me feel like it's an audible, a vocal thing.
Yeah.
It
know what I
is,
mean?
but that is a visual representation of it. If someone does that, you're not happy, are you?
If I write down "you're a cunt" and slide it over to you, you wouldn't be like, "Oh no worries." Like you'd be like,
Can't hear it.
That's actually a very bad point. So that is swearing.
He's not picking that up though. He's not that smart.
Well, yeah, he's not doing. He's doing. Oh no, I mean he's spuds. He's high fiving.
Yeah, because you're doing it to him. If you come up and do that, he's gonna learn it. Yeah.
He's doing like West Side, all that sort of stuff at the minute. He's just not swearing yet.
"Yeah." If you like change his nappy, is he still nappies?
Nappies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you change his nappy and then he immediately shits in the new one, and then you go, "Oh, Louis," and then he goes,
Yeah.
then that's your fault.
Yeah.
But also, I actually think in the car,
Yeah.
you've got to be able to say fuck.
I'm saying I'm so angry
you
at
drive?
people when I'm
That's
Get
driving.
him some noise cancelling headphones
Yeah.
specifically for car journeys so that you can say whatever you want.
I'd use Turtle Beach.
You got to
personally.
release. Like he's literally cut me up. I could just say, what do you say?
Sponsored by Turtle Beach. So I'd say I'd use Turtle Beach personally. I don't know what the code is.
See, in my head, that's piss off and that's fuck off. Is that a swear in Australia? Because that's not in America. That's like
That's
peace.
like a dead light art, wasn't it?
No,
that's one of
that
them.
is,
innit?
but people don't really do that. Like I heard that the reason that was a swear was because apparently back in medieval times they used to cut the archer's fingers off. The English cut the French archer's fingers off or something, and then go as like an
Yeah.
insult. Is that
Oh,
true?
it is like having
It
Dan.
makes sense. I like it.
We've got them and you haven't.
You can't do bow and
Yeah, you
arrows
can't.
anymore, you little frog-eating swat.
But how does it go from that to fuck off?
In
'Cause it's the
Vietnam,
same, isn't it?
in Vietnam, this one means pussy.
Pussy.
Yeah, if you see someone, you go.
Is that because they're going, please, I want some?
Yeah.
Turkish got your nose is like fuck off. Genuinely, like that's fuck.
What?
Like,
You
fuck
got
off.
your nose?
Well, no, don't say got your nose, but the motion of got your nose is.
I
fuck
thought
off.
you meant like it was really offensive to take someone's
that one?
nose. If you take their
I'll
nose.
fist you.
I faced you in the ass. What's that one? Isn't that like a Eastern European?
Up yours, isn't it?
Eastern
Up
European?
yours, literally.
what's
It-
this-
it-
this
it
one?
is
Up your ass.
extension of I'll fist you.
The Italians do this, right?
Yeah.
That
And I'm pretty
means
sure they
fuck
bite
off.
their thumb, or that
Itchy
might just be
chin.
Romeo and Juliet. But they do all this gear.
They bite the thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
That's what I'm thinking, though.
Yeah, but
Right.
they also do that one as well.
So in an exam, in Italy,
Take many
you're like,
exams, do you, Tom? 8,
4 plus
2
4.
cubes.
You give him a lot of credit there. Wow.
Question 3 is a diagram. Is this a swear?
Well, it depends whether the baby is in the car or not, actually.
I remember when I was a kid and I said to my granddad, like, what does this mean? I remember saying, you know them conversations when you're a little kid?
What's the cooler one?
No, I remember saying, what, is that bad? And he was like, yeah. And I went, no, he said, that one's worse. He said, but that's also bad. Don't do that to nobody. I was a kid.
So my granddad told me that was fuck, and that was fuck you. But then that would just be like if you ate your toe or something, then, wouldn't it? Ah, fuck. Fuck.
So that could be fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and then fuck off. Or fuck you.
If someone done that to me, I'd laugh. The 2 fingers one.
What if you did them together? That's fuck you.
That's scissoring. That's all just for lesbians.
One time I was in a car and I pulled up next to someone
Flex.
and I was like scratching my nose and they started taking the piss out of me for like picking my nose. And I went to flick the V's and I didn't really know what to do. And I was kind of overcome with like, I've got to like show these people.
You went to
And
flick
I
the
did
what?
Flick the V's. Oh. But I went like that. And I think that's an underutilized, like the 2 fingers in the mouth, the tongue up.
That's licking pussy.
Yeah, but there were 2 fellas.
That's fuck you and
threatening
lesbian.
as fuck if I go, I'm going to lick your pussy. They sped off.
So it's funny, I did this yesterday. A woman was crossing No, a woman was crossing Egbert Road, like driven quite a distance, which is it's a dual carriageway. You know, there's crossing points, and she crossed in the middle and like made me slow down. So I was like, what the fuck are you doing like that? And then I saw her behind, she was like, eh. So I did that in the mirror. But I don't know if she saw it.
She definitely didn't see it.
No, but I had no other way of throwing my anger out, so I just went in the mirror.
At that point, you open the window and you scream.
No, she was like, it's Egbert Road. I'm doing like 65
well,
miles an hour.
it's a lot more likely than if she's miles away that she can see
No,
your
but I
rear view mirror.
had anger. I was just like,
My favourite is flipping off a lorry, like out the window. Ever done that on the M1?
the window one's great.
Yeah.
That's a power move, that.
And then Louis would never see that, eh?
Yeah.
Unless he's on the roof.
The best, the one I like doing is, I said this before, is the don't let them see. Don't look at them when you do it, because they can't win then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Bobby Firmino.
If you're driving, I like the dickhead one. Drive past one of these. When they're like,
What's this one?
Dickhead?
No, it's not.
Of course it is.
What do you think it is?
Knob-
This is dickhead.
Yeah, so I do drive
That's
past doing
wanking
that.
off a dickhead. This would be dickhead.
That's
No, that's unicorn.
Unicorn.
You want me to drive past someone who's pissed me off going? They're like, oh, he's fucking dummy there.
Wake it off a head.
Because that means cock. That doesn't mean cock. That means
This
unicorn.
means cock.
Driving past it is.
No hands on the wheel.
Oh, fuck, it's a Minotaur.
Oh, no, we're aggressive in the car. Like, I don't think I've done a car journey in 5 years. I'll be from my own, no matter how far the distance.
Right.
I do it just as I get in, just to warm up. Make sure it's still there, do you know what I mean?
Doing like step overs on it. Oh, I am so angry in the car. I hate myself. I know that's my worst.
You were
version.
very lovely on the way here.
Yeah,
you
because
were
when
very
I've got
lovely.
passengers, a toner down.
No,
I think
but-
I get worse for
Adam
passengers.
doesn't tone it that, he tones it up.
No, but you had a word to that lady, and you were really nice about it. So we went to the petty station, and he pulled up into the thingy, and there was a lady who was blocking the entrance. And Carl just got out and was like, "Hey, is that yours?" And she was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, you're just blocking the entrance." And she goes, "Oh, okay." Like this, and he goes, "Well, make someone else angry then." And that was, but he was really nice about it.
Yeah. She went, I'm just walking anywhere. I was like, oh, I actually respect and what not as she is.
She was like,
Yeah. She just parked in the entrance. No one could get in. And she went into the shop. It was impressive.
And that was just the end of the conversation for you?
No, because I was putting air in my tyres and I went, no, I was already
I
in.
took her out of hers.
And it didn't affect me. I went, you're going to piss someone off then? She was like, and just wandered in. I was like, fuck, okay. Respect.
Oh, it didn't affect you.
No, I was already
Nah,
in the car.
we were
Oh,
already in.
no, come on, Adam. I drove through a car. If it was me. Oh, well. No, I was already in the garage and she just didn't give a flying fuck. She just, to the entrance to a garage,
Yeah.
she just stopped sideways there.
I
She
find it
couldn't
weird
get
that you
in.
call
like
it
she
garage.
was robbing it.
Oh,
It's not a garage,
Oh,
though, is it?
It was insane.
if I was trying to get into that garage, though, she would not have a car anymore.
Yeah, totally.
Why is it called a garage? 'Cause it's like, when you go a garage at your house is where you park your car, right?
Yeah.
So why is a service station, or I call it a servo, why would you call it a garage if the car doesn't get parked in and locked
Oh, yeah, why
up?
did we call it a garage? Because I think a garage has got a shop. Maybe.
Wait, because you also call a mechanic's a garage,
Yeah.
which makes sense because the car's inside. The garage that's getting looked up might be there overnight.
Oh, don't
or
know
for
why.
5 weeks, Carl.
The garage.
But
Don't talk about
And the music.
And the music.
And the music. Garage music.
garage music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's normally indoors, locked up, hey?
I don't know why we call it a garage.
I don't think you're allowed to listen to garage outdoors.
Yeah.
But I'd also say we've gone to petty stations.
At a festival, they're like, nope.
Yeah, well, the English language, as I seen a meme about recently, is essentially 3 languages wearing a trench coat pretending to be one, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got
You know what I
lots.
mean? It's just a big bastardized thing. And it's even worse, like English, like British English rather than American English. Because we really don't, we do have things that, we have like a word that is like 7 different things, like garage. Whereas in America, they go, oh, that's confusing. That's just, that's a gas station, not a garage.
It's French. It means to shelter. Garage.
Oh, garage.
Yeah, but you don't shelter your car at the petrol station.
Yeah, but I guess that's where it's kind of come from. And
Yeah.
I feel like
you're sheltered when you're listening to garage music. No one's listening to garage music in a field.
I thought it was
That's
because
what
they
I'm
made
saying.
it like at home.
Oh, but that makes more sense.
I might be wrong.
you listen to field music. But yeah, I was going to say that I think the Scouse language and
What we were
Aussie
saying in the
language,
car,
yeah.
how similar our language is. Because he said petty.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what we'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting some
For
petty.
petrol.
And heaps of places in Adelaide are just Scouse towns or suburbs. Like I grew up in Sefton Park. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. I think it's just maybe we are just secretly Scouse or something.
Like, what would you call like a chewing gum?
A chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we
else?
call it?
It's called getting sucked off.
Huh? Gobby.
That's what we call a Dewey.
Is it?
Yeah.
Gobby.
Gobby. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in the gob.
It does make sense.
I understand the derivation.
Oh.
That's more appropriate than blowy.
Yeah, blowy doesn't make sense. You're not going, oh, that's weird.
Just short and
whistling.
blow job, isn't it? Like what,
It's like when you blow into a bottle. If you blow into the pee hole,
what
it
would you
makes it
call
whistle.
a lady of the night? Like a sex worker on the streets? Prostitute?
Karen.
No, not a name.
Oh, no. I was being stupid. So I knew Karen.
What? No.
Like, what would you call a prostitute?
A prostitute.
I'm pretending he's never had to think about this before. Oh,
What's that?
if I was ever in that situation, a woman that you could pay for sex. Don't know.
No, try.
Never thought about this. Karen? No, that was a specific one. Sorry, no.
That's my favourite. You wouldn't say prosy.
Prosy, I reckon.
Yeah,
That seems
What do
like
you
a-
say?
brass.
Brass.
Wait, brass?
Brass, yeah.
Like the metal.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you say that word again?
Brass.
Oh, that's so funny. That sounds cool. We say brass, but you say
And it's funny because, like a brothel, we'd call the brass house,
oh, that's great.
That's where you live.
and
We'd call
what
that
we
Sunday.
what we call sex is goosing. Like if you're having sex with your missus, you're goosing your missus.
Oh no, we don't say goosing for that.
What do you say?
Goosing. So like if you put a hand up a skirt, that's a goosing.
Yeah.
Emu.
That's
You
where
call
people
emu.
Like, yeah, like rod hull.
We call it don't do it. You're not allowed.
I think he meant consensually, Carl.
Yeah.
When you put a hand up a skirt.
Yeah.
Up Karen's skirt.
It's like,
The only
like a
reason I
goose.
mention all of that is there's on Broad Street in Birmingham, you know where the comedy clubs used to be?
Yeah.
There's a pub called the Brass House, and it says a goose pub as like its sub headline. Like Google the Brass House, Broad Street, Birmingham. It's the Brass House, a goose pub. It's
they know-
really, I don't know what a goose pub is.
Fuck's a goose pub?
I think they sell goose.
Oh, goose beer? There's goose beer, hey.
Yeah. Is it there?
It's there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, it's the Green King. Do you know what I mean? Green King's a brand.
Oh, that's the broody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it?
Is it called goosing going under the skirt because you're giving like the arse a honking?
No, I think it's because your
looks
hand
like
looks
a
like a
goose.
goose's head.
A goose.
Because you're giving the ass a honk.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
That is
just said
great.
that.
Oh, yeah, because geese is honk. Hey, that's very clever.
You need to go for the pint, you see. Thomas, you asked me earlier a question that only I can answer. You asked me how it feels to be like a married man because you are also a married man.
I am, yeah.
Does it feel different to you? I mean, I'm not legally married yet, so I don't think if it does feel different, I wouldn't yet, but it feels the same, doesn't it?
Exactly the same.
And I think that's a compliment to
You
your
lost any
relationship.
respect for her?
I mean, that's performance, obviously. You've got them locked in. You.
No, it's getting used to saying, the thing that's different is getting used to saying wife.
Cool, though, innit?
It's cool.
So I've got a new neighbour, and he went, "Oh, it's just you lives here, mate." I went, "No, maybe my wife." And I was like, "Hee hee."
Yeah. Yeah, you feel like,
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that felt nice."
it's cool.
It's weird because, like, in my head, you've got a wife. Like,
I'm a
you haven't.
14-year-old knobhead.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't be married. Why don't I feel like that too?
Adam's going to feel different. As soon as it gets signed on paper, he'll be like, oh, he's married now.
No, he's just,
I
look at him.
shouldn't
He
have
has,
a wife.
He's not a husband, is he? Look at his stupid head.
It does feel mad when I think people see it looking like they go, "What's he wearing that?" Because I mean, I'm very immature because this is my job, so it exacerbates it. But I was immature anyway, and then also the fact that in your head you're a certain age. I'm not old enough to be a husband.
Yeah, but you got to remember, if you're saying that I am one and you're not, on the way in, we got out of the car and I got out. I don't even know how I did it.
You
I
just threw your
threw my croissant and it went round my neck and onto the floor. And he was like, pick up and eat it, that's a husband thing to say.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, a husband. They go, "That is dirty." Dan would go, "Don't eat that," because
Yeah.
Dan's a husband.
Oh, I was saying
Yeah,
you've been
Dan's
caring.
a fucking
I'm a knobhead.
husband.
Fucking eat that, lad. He'd be like, "No, you'll get cholera."
Where's
That
Dan
sounded
from?
very Dan.
You're not. You're more of a husband than me because I'm in my head, but you're not really a husband either.
Yeah, go on, but an idiot. Is that
We're
what
like
you're saying?
modern. We're like modern husbands. We're idiots, yeah.
Yeah.
Dan is like...
Dan's just a fucking... Dan looks like he's always been exactly as old as he is now.
He's always been
You know what I
married.
mean?
If Dan wasn't married, it'd blow my mind.
I mean, I did ask you if I would die if I ate that croissant. I just say, well, like this pano choc kill me. It's been on the floor, and you went no, and then I ate it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
That is the you know, the rhetoric of a knobhead, though.
Do you reckon that's a good way to give your kids immunity, isn't it? Just like let them eat stuff off the floor.
Lick the car park. Go for it. Eat that off the
Like
floor.
genuinely, like,
No swearing, Louis, but lick.
but like
floor.
apparently, a lot of parents now, the reason kids get a lot sicker is because parents are overprotective of their children. So they're like, you've dropped your lollipop in dog shit, don't eat that. But like years ago, they did.
No, that's still right. That's still right.
Years ago, they'd have just like fucking give that a fucking brush down and gone,
Oh, look, it's a flake.
Crack
I'll
on.
never forget the sausage. Your sausage.
What sausage?
In the lobster, not the lobster pot. The one by the old...
The filling station?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
No.
We got like a sausage dinner. So it's a sausage with gravy on it. So it's, you know, it's sticky. And we were drunk, and he dropped it on the floor of and he just picked it up and just ate it. Like it was.
What was this?
Yeah, but that's how I was raised.
years
and that's
ago.
why I've got such good natural immunity.
Yeah, I had nothing but respect for you. Nobody in the Western world would have eaten it. And he went, fuck that, and just ate it. It'd been on the floor for like 15 minutes. Might not even have been his.
15. It wasn't mine.
No, it
Oh, it
was.
was a sausage.
I've got
I'll
one.
just never forget it. I was like, that's
Walking
sick,
through with. It was a couple of years back. Walking through at 3 a.m, absolutely blasted with Adam, and
Doesn't sound
I
like
dropped a
that.
piece of pizza on the floor, and he just picked it up and ate it.
It's,
He just went, and this is in the mall.
it is fine, isn't it? As long as it doesn't drop into a substance, it is just the floor.
If it drops into a puddle or onto a poo, that's my red line.
A puddle or a poo.
Yeah, a puddle or a poo, not for you.
You don't like it
That's what my mum
damp?
used to say. On the floor, have some more.
more. Yeah, but like kids are stupid now, aren't they? They're not, like I was speaking to Zeneca. We were in Bakara the other day, our favourite restaurant, and there was 2 kids sitting there. Gorgeous restaurant, amazing food, and obviously they're not old enough to understand, but just sit on iPads.
Oh,
Just
come
like
on.
in 10, 15 years, them kids are going to be ruined. Their heads are going to be melted.
Yeah, but at least they've got good sausages here. That's the one thing. That's what changed my life when I moved over here.
Did you hear any of these just said? What do you think he just said?
Fuck, it's just that.
What do you think he just said?
I don't think you heard me. I think you paused.
I was thinking about the sausages because they are different here. And you said what you said, and I just was like, yeah, but at least the kids have got good sausages. Do you know what I'm saying? Why is this confusing?
To be fair, Bacaro does have good sausages, but that's not what I'm saying. I've
'cause you
moved
said
on from the
they're ruined
food.
on
And
the
I'm talking
iPads,
about
right?
the state of the next generation of children who are going to have zero social skills. Like, genuinely zero social skills.
They got good sausages.
But they've got good sausages.
We
He's
didn't
just
grow up
looking for the
with
bright
sausages.
side.
They've got sausages.
All these kids' heads going to turn to mush, but hey, they've always got Richmond's.
We don't have. That's the thing, we don't have
And
pork.
have it.
There's no pork sausages in Australia. It's not a thing. It's a
Ow.
specialty.
Is that true?
Yes, it's all beef.
Right, he's right now. We're going back. There's no pork sausages in Australia.
It's all beef.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not a butcher. But this is
You don't need to be.
When I'm.
But that's
When I moved here,
typical for
I
like
had a
Muslim
rich-
countries, but I didn't think Australia was predominantly Muslim, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
But it's just beef is just part of our like. It's just we've got a lot of cows. And then the pigs, it's a specialty almost. If you get like a pork sausage from a butcher, it's a small little tiny section. Do you know what I mean?
That's mental.
If you have a snag, did you say snags by the way?
What's a snag?
Snag, sausage.
No.
Okay, so that's not the same. I thought Scousers might have said that. But yeah, we have beef, we don't have pork. But okay, that's what I'm saying. The kids here, at least they've got fucking nice sausages, man.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
Do you let Louis use his iPad? Does he have an iPad?
No.
No.
he's very young though.
We try. Yeah, he's 19 months, and we're trying to. To be honest with you, he just wants to run around anyway. He fucking loves football.
Keep him going then.
Yeah.
Because in the future, he's going to be like one of the people who is going to excel because he's going to have some social skills.
But
Yeah.
genuinely, like, it is terrifying that. Yeah. And there's loads of our listeners who've got young kids and stuff. Who every time we talk about parenting, I say to Dan, I'm not going to let my kids have iPads. He's like, yeah, we'll fucking see. Like, I know how bad I am with me screens, and I didn't get them till I was in my fucking 20s. If I had like a screen with the entire world and all the information at it here, like from infancy.
No.
Cartoon
Network would blow my mind. I'd be like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Oh my God. If I had that whenever I wanted, I'd have been ruined.
I was so jealous of my mates who had Cartoon Network as a kid. Fuck. I wanted it so badly.
Yeah, but imagine having it in the palm of your hands. You're ruined.
Did you not have it because of the cult?
No, I mean, there were I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons because of the cult. No, no, from when I was a kid. I didn't have it because Australia's version of Sky is Foxtel with Cartoon Network. And my folks just were like, it's too expensive. We're not going to have that. It's
yeah,
too much money."
My mum didn't pay for good Sky. I didn't have Nickelodeon or not.
Nah. Didn't have Nickelodeon
I
either.
had you Freeview. And
Yeah,
that
but
was it.
I had Cartoon Network because it was free.
Oh no, I didn't.
Was it free?
Well, I watched it and we didn't have good Sky, so I'm gonna.
No, Cartoon Network came with very basic Sky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't have like the movies and the sports. Like
Yeah, no, that was part of like because we had the same.
Yeah.
I think we had one good year where my dad like got a really good contract for Littlewoods. Remember the Littlewoods in Liverpool?
Used to go there all the
He painted that on his own, like just in.
One by TJ's.
That was it. It was Church Street. It was where Primark is.
Oh shit! Oh my God! Yeah, well, that's a long time ago. Painted
it-
on his own.
Genuinely, it was him and his mate Ted.
That's not on his own.
No, but he got Ted in.
No, at the end he killed Ted. Did this on my own, son. Dead.
Ted was involved with 7-7.
No, I know what he was. He wasn't involved.
What do you mean?
Involved means he was on the other side,
What other side?
the bad side.
No, he didn't blow the buses up.
Involved with.
No, he was on the bus that blew up. 3 stops before it blew up.
Yeah, I know that. Which is, do you know people say, "Oh my God, I was there last week." That is one of them where it's legitimately okay to say.
Yeah.
Because if he stayed on, he's not here no more.
But yeah, my dad did the Littlewoods thing, and I think he got tilled for it. So we had Sky Sports and the movies for a bit.
Fucking hell, mate. That is a flex. Mum was
For
like,
a
"We're not
bit,
doing that."
like that was like we were like, fucking telly from Bright House there. Fucking you had to put a quid in the back to turn it on. The fucking movies, the sport. And like in my head, that telly was like as big as that wall, but it was probably about 32 inches in the living room. It was tiny.
Yeah, we didn't. But we had Cartoon Network.
What was the big cartoon for you on Cartoon Network? That
Ed,
was
Ed,
like,
and Eddie.
fuck yes.
Ed, Ed,
No, that was like a casual one for me.
Which one?
Ed, and Eddie.
Don't know that one.
Dragon Ball Z.
There wasn't
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
I got banned from watching Dragon Ball Z because I used to be Star Jacob.
I love Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah, but that was
Pinky
also
the Brain
on.
was good.
That was on the Saturday morning.
North. That guy. Fuck yeah.
Oh, I get it now.
Was that?
We've all just got it. I don't think you were the brain. That's what I'm saying.
You said you weren't allowed to watch The Simpsons because of the cult.
No.
So just in case this is anyone's first time or like first time seeing one of your episodes, you grew up in a Christian cult.
Well, I actually grew up in a really strict Baptist church when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And that's when I was. And then when I was a teenager, I chose to go in the cult.
To rebel.
To rebel, yeah. And it felt like a cooler place to go. But when I was a kid, it was very, very strict house and no Simpsons because the church that we went to was, that's again why I left.
Futurama fans.
Say again?
They love Futurama. None of that. It's a rival to The Simpsons. It's in the same
right.
studio as well.
Is that?
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, no, that we weren't allowed to watch what's going on. But I wasn't allowed to watch Simpsons because Bart was a bit naughty.
Oh, I thought it'd be because they took the piss out of the church.
No, it was just because it was like, oh, he's cheeky and they talk back to Homer and all that sort of stuff.
Homer strangles that boy though. Is that not the worst?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're not allowed to watch any films with villains in then.
No, this is what's wild, is it was like, you know how like, it's almost like on a ban list. The church was, they were very influential at this church. It was a very, very strict church. This isn't the cult, by the way. This is the kids, the one I was the kid as a kid. It was a, it'd be like, oh, our kids don't watch The Simpsons. And then the other parents would be like, oh, well, mine's not watching The Simpsons then. And they'd all sort of copy each other. Do you know what I mean?
I want
And
to
then-
start a stupid one then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, one of my friends was allowed to watch Blinky Bill.
Us. Use our hands. Oh, so do we.
Yeah.
I'd start silly ones.
There was silly ones. My mate,
No, but they were all legitimately like, oh, like teacher
What silly ones were there?
Well, my mate wasn't allowed to watch Blinky Bill.
Fuck Blinky.
What Blinky Bill?
Oh, my kids are watching it. What is it?
Blinky Bill.
It was like the British version of the bill, but like
They all have Tourette's.
the telly just went on and off throughout it, so you only got bits of the story.
That he looks like a bad man, to be fair.
Fuck, it looks like the most innocent thing.
It is.
ever.
It's a little koala who has a kangaroo friend. And he's got a couple of mates. They're all Aussie animals. And it's a tiny little koala. And my friends, or I say friend, he was just a kid at the church. His mum was like, "Oh no, Blinky's too cheeky." And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's just a koala having a great time.
Is that what you said? You going on about?
What the fuck are you on about? It's just a koala having a great time.
Was there any other ones? Because they're all teacher moments, aren't they? I mean, was there any like silly ones that you can't?
Well, do you know what the one is now that people don't like their kids watching? They don't like kids watching Peppa Pig.
Yeah, because she's a sassy lady, isn't she? That's right.
Do you know an episode of Peppa Pig was banned in Australia?
Is it the one where she tells her mum to fuck off?
No. It's the one when she becomes friends with the spider and says it's okay to like hug spiders, and they banned it because they were scared that Aussie kids were going to start playing with dangerous spiders.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then also, like, loads of people don't. Peppa Pig's she's a bit of a cunt.
She's just a pig.
What did you do this for then?
He said he told his mum to fuck off.
Oh, right, okay. Peppa Pig was in the news this week because she's gone private to give birth.
No, when mum has.
Oh, hey,
Peppa
mum.
Pig's a
yeah,
child.
she's a child. That would be a different storyline.
Yeah, it was like in the news.
got a new sister.
Well, that was like in Round the Twist. Did you ever watch that?
Great show.
That was wild.
Have you ever?
Do you not think it's...
He gave birth through his mouth.
We've brushed past the fact that the news is reporting on Peppa Pig storylines here. Is that
Yeah.
not a bit fucking mental to everyone in this room? Because she's all just gone, yeah.
I actually quite like
she's
that.
pretty massive.
Because the world's a bit of a dark place right now. Why not give us some like light-hearted shit?
I mean, Mummy Pig announced that she was pregnant on Good Morning Britain.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But the problem I've
fuck.
got with it is it wasn't like a light-hearted article like Peppa Pig's going to have a baby. It was Peppa Pig goes private, the Tory
Oh,
bitch.
was it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see
Like,
that.
it was seen as like, oh, fucking not good enough. The NHS not good enough for you, is it? Peppa Pig's mine, you big porky slag. Like, it wasn't like an uplifting fluff piece. It was like, what does this say about the state of the NHS when even cartoon pigs are having to pay to give birth?
The world's a
Like, it was adding to the bin fire that we're calling the planet.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah.
also, I know why Peppa Pig's a bit of a cunt.
Why?
We said before, she's not allowed to have pork sausages, is she?
Why?
Cannibalism.
Yeah. She can't eat her own. And she's grumpy because that's why kids are happy. As I said, they're fucking great.
It all comes back to sausages.
It always comes back to sausages.
By the way, I'm going to do a screech here. Did the update? There should be like a did
Is it the Kid Cudi? Yeah. I don't know. Did you talk about this?
No.
What?
So, Kid
P.
Cudi.
Diddy update.
He did three things. They get worse. I don't know what order to do them in, but I know what's first.
I'm worsening.
No bowling. So Kid Cudi was like an op for Diddy. Didn't like him, so he did shit to, you know. The first thing he did. What order do we do this in? He went.
I think the funny one leave till
Yeah.
last.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one he did was sexually assault his dog.
Kid Cudi fucked P. Diddy's dog.
No.
Other
P.
way
Diddy
round.
fucked Kid Cudi's dog.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, fucked his dog.
Actually?
Yeah, fucked
What?
his dog.
The fuck?
Did he? I missed that bit.
Yeah. Then he blew his car up.
And I heard
The dog
that
has
one.
a car.
He blew his dog's car up. I mean, he probably did. He's a rapper. They're all idiots.
Fucking, it's loaded, bro.
I just want to say he didn't fuck the dog. He messed with the dog.
I think that's just a
No.
nice way of saying he fucked
I
it.
think he like booted it about. What's worse?
Maybe gave him one of these.
Right. And then the last one.
What's worse?
Fucking it.
I don't know. Because then the dog might come.
Cunt full of shit.
You asked what's worse?
Surely the dog might come both ways.
But I'm more likely to come if I get fucked than if I get beaten up.
The last one is he broke into his house and opened all his Christmas presents. Which might be one of the best things you can ever do to someone you hate. Broke into his house and opened all his Christmas presents.
Did he take any of them?
I don't know. But
No,
I think
he just unwrapped them. He just
ruined the
took the surprise away.
He's like the Grinch.
he's a bad dude, done some abhorrent things. We'll go to jail forever. That's quite funny, isn't it?
Why would she open the present? That's wild.
Like, his kids have got Christmas ruined Christmas for everyone in the house. 'cause
Oh,
they
he's
all-
a family.
yeah.
I thought Kid
got
Cudi.
it in- no, he's
I
not-
thought I was confused. I thought he wrapped his own presents, obviously, put them under the tree, and then he opens up. But he knows what they are already.
No, as in like the family gifts. Like
He's unwrapped Fido's car.
and blew
He
it up.
knows he's got an Audi now.
Yeah, did he was an old man, to put it lightly. But yeah, I think that's objectively quite funny, isn't it?
Yeah. So what you're saying, Carl? The sexual assaults,
Awful,
the violence,
horrendous.
all that you're against that,
Oh, I couldn't be more against it.
but unwrapping people's Christmas presents as an act of vengeance.
Objectively funny.
Right.
It's funny, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else, though, throw away the key, bury him under the jail.
I'll be more pissed off because it
Just
takes
let him
so
out
long.
on Christmas Eve every year to go and
if you're not careful, Diddy's gonna come round.
That is a good threat. He's a horrible.
and
man.
open your presents.
Yeah, and open your presents. Yeah, sorry, I forgot that.
You'd be upset if like P Diddy broke into your house and opened all of your.
Yeah, because they take fucking ages to wrap,
I
man.
don't think that's the issue.
I don't think King Cudi came down and was like, I've got to rewrap them.
There's something in that, a rapper and rapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. An
You do the
IKEA
work.
joke for you. Build that yourself.
I've done enough rapping today. I don't do more.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Cheers.
I would be, that would be very upsetting because also like, how did he get in? But then he opened all the presents that I've taken ages to wrap, and do you know what I mean?
Another kid.
That's so annoying.
Tom, I think the point is that the kid would then have come down in the morning and seen what he was getting for Christmas.
Is that Kid Cudi or Kid Cudi's kid? Do you call Kid Cudi the kid?
No, but Louis can't.
Kid Cudi.
Louis can't get out of his cot yet, so I'd go down first and
No,
I'd
but
see it.
Soph would have seen hers, and you'd have seen hers from you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You've
think
ruined
of that.
Christmas morning. It's great.
Fuck, I hate this guy.
That's it now. Done with him. Done with. I'll wash my hands. Did he know? Horrible man. Go away forever.
Yeah.
Right. Let's have a break and see if we can fix the gas leak or make it worse, The big red button, please. What's happening, lads? Time to tell you about my absolute favourite sponsor. It's Saily.com. And if you go to Saily.com/have-a-word or download it in the App Store, either by searching it in the App Store or scanning the QR code on the screen if you're watching the YouTube version, if you purchase the 5 gigabyte option and use the promo code have-a-word, you get 15% off your first purchase. Now,
Hello, lads.
what's Saily when it's at home?
So Saily is a way to download an eSIM to your phone
For when you're not at home.
for when you're not at home. So when we went to India recently, we couldn't use our packages because where we live, they're like, yeah, it's £5 million an hour to use the internet. So what you do is you download an eSIM and they give you much, much better prices. It means you can travel around the world with no stress.
It's basically a way for you to pick what you want to pay for your internet calls and texts on your SIM charges while you're either on holiday or while you're off, in India trying to save a baby hospice like these two handsome bastards did.
And we saved
Wink.
it. So get to Saily, that's Saily, and download an eSIM today. But only if you're going away. Don't do it at home. Pointless.
Saily.com/have-a-word or use the promo code have-a-word on the App Store. Or the app once you've downloaded it from the App Store. Just scan this QR code. And it's also in the description of the episode.
Also, it's dead easy. We all did it and we're idiots. It's dead easy.
Welcome back to part 2. I'm really struggling to stay awake today. I need more coffee.
Yeah, because you got your fucking keys to the Ken, didn't you?
I've never been this tired in my entire life.
What time did you get up?
Oh, I couldn't tell.
What time did I get up today?
Yeah.
Alarm went off at 7:30.
Is that why you're tired? Or you mean you went to bed late?
I went to bed, for most people, normal time. For me, relatively early. It was about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that is early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yesterday was a 16-hour day of moving.
Wow.
Had some, a moving van help us get a lot of furniture over, but after a few hours realised certain stuff had to go back to my old flat for now.
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah.
we just made a couple of mistakes, and then a lot of stuff had got put in the wrong room, so I had to move stuff. So I was doing stuff until very, 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 very late, and just absolutely done it. Especially with like a big weekend of boozing for various reasons, and we've got another one coming up this weekend. All like squashed in, and I just like I looked at myself in the mirror this morning. And I was like, "You look fucked." Like even because this is longer, and I haven't had time to get it cut. I'm going to get it done in a bit. Oh my god, it's so exhausting. Yeah. It will be worth it.
Oh, it's always worth it. Yeah.
But
Question: you know, when you got a rental, you make it your own, but it's not yours.
Well, I've never rented.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, right. Well, fair enough.
that's why. Because Adam's lived in fucking 5 houses now. But I said to him, it feels different when it's yours, and he agreed.
This is what I was going to ask. Is there something, now that you're building and making this your own place and you own it, is there something you're going to put in this house that you couldn't put in a rental? You're like, fuck yeah, I've wanted that forever. Do you know what I mean? Like a fucking
even
aquarium.
Even what?
Like an aquarium or something.
That'd be sick. Or a sex wing.
Yeah.
Or a what?
A
A sex swing. Like in
I
the
thought you
garden.
said a sex wing. Like that's the sex wing.
Oh,
that go down
that'd be
there.
even better.
It's a wing
a
of
little
that.
bar, aren't you, that you could never have done before.
Yeah. I mean, you can do whatever you want to a rental. It's just when you leave, the landlord will often be like, you've got to put it back the way it was.
Yeah.
And even if you improve it, even if it looks better, a lot of people just like who rent places out, a lot of landlords just want really neutral white or cream on every wall, and
Yeah.
so that it's just there's no personality in it, because then no one can come and view it and be like, this doesn't match my personality, because they just have it plain. But like these like bricks, I'm getting quite a lot of those put on certain walls in the house, not this colour, but like the brick tiles to make it look like
Sick.
a bit industrial and stuff. I would never have done that in a rental, because it's quite expensive to do that, because you pay per tile essentially.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
They're not bricks. That's essentially wallpaper.
No, it's not. They're tiles.
No, but I mean, like, it's not like, that's not the bare brick. There's bare brick behind that.
I've never seen wallpaper put on that's like fucking 3D.
It goes on in like big squares, like blocks of it.
No, it doesn't. Every
not?
single
It
brick
feels
is a tile.
real.
Oh, I thought it went in like big blocks of it.
No.
It is real.
What do
It's
you
just
mean
not
it's
that. That's not the. That is a piece of brick, but it's not the brick of the wall. If you get me.
How do they?
They
So
stick it-
look, Tom, they've built the wall with bricks.
Yep.
They've put plaster over that
Yep.
and painted it to
Yep.
make it look like an interior wall. And then on top of that plaster, we've put tiles.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, how do you get that tile to stick?
the
Adhesive.
You can see it. The grey stuff in between all the things.
And again, no.
Oh, is it not?
No. So every single brick is put on with adhesive behind it, like brick adhesive. And then they leave the gaps in between every brick. And then that is filled in, like grout in a bath.
Like that wall used to look like that wall.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it took a while. Like,
So there's quite a bit of that getting done. And I would never have done that in a rental. Even though I really love like brick effect. It's just not worth it because it's expensive. I've got a backyard. That I'm gonna get like some decking put in and some tables and chairs, just to have a coffee in the morning. Carl was worried because the decking's gonna be quite high. Carl was like, "People are gonna be looking into you. They'll be able to see you having a coffee." I'm like, yeah, it doesn't bother me at all.
no, just because your wall's high, but then you're building up to it, but you're not extending the wall. In my head, you're just going to be able to you're going to see your head over the wall.
See, when I was a kid, I always wanted to have a giraffe in my house.
We all did.
I did though, because there was a book called A Zoo in My House, and I actually genuinely, true story, I wrote to Adelaide Zoo and asked if I could have a giraffe in my house, and they wrote back
And said,
We can't unless you have them. They all love The Simpsons, and we're told it's banned.
"Oh, if Thomas is having a giraffe, my child's having a giraffe."
Yeah.
that would have around the cult, and then everyone has giraffes.
can you imagine? That'd be wild. But yeah, no, they wrote back and they were like, no, you can't have a giraffe, but here's a picture of the baby giraffe that's just been born. So I got all these brand new photos of like is a calf, a giraffe?
It's a calf, yeah.
So yeah, but I really wanted to. As a kid, that's what you think. You think, oh fuck, I'd have like a fucking zoo in my house. That'd be the best thing ever. Like,
You
Can I
can't
ask
do
you
that
a
in a
question?
rental or a purchase.
yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why have you brought this up? What were we talking about that made you?
Because I was thinking about.
Because you can't put a zoo in a rental.
Yeah, well, no, that's what I was thinking about. When, as an adult, what were the things that you'd want to, you know, how you get excited about like fucking wallpaper, different stuff. It's like you mature and you get excited about fucking new sofa or whatever, you know what I mean? But as a kid, I was like, what did I want as a kid? Giraffe. That's where my mind went. And I thought, I wouldn't want one now. It's not practical. And where the fuck would the head go? But.
Do you have a garden?
No, I've got a little patio where I am.
Definitely couldn't have a giraffe.
No. But folks could have a giraffe on their place where I grew up. Absolutely. There's a bit of a yard there. But
A bit of a yard. Put a giraffe in that.
But Owen, you know, do you
I wanted
do
a
you own?
monkey when I was a kid. I had a little cupboard in my bedroom, and I asked my mum could I turn it into a little monkey gaff and get a monkey, and she said no. We did look into it for my birthday
a
once.
monkey gaff.
A little capuchin.
I think I wanted an ape, but like,
Can I get an ape, Mum? Please, my birthday soon.
yeah, I really wanted a monkey. I'm like, 1 year we did seriously consider it.
Yeah,
and
there was always a family in the area that had a monkey. Always. The Tesco in Daisy, there was always a monkey in there, like a little capuchin one, a white one. 'Cause
Wait,
there was
there's a
one-
monkey in Tesco's?
As in, like, the people who live near, they take their monkey to Tesco, and you don't.
Shut the fuck up.
In Daisy, yeah. Like you know what a capuchin monkey is?
Yeah.
Like a little yeah. It was a pet, and it'd sit on the shoulder and go to Tesco.
I never wanted a monkey after watching that episode of Malcolm in the Middle. Do you remember that episode?
never watched it.
Have you never watched it?
I only watched it by
such a
accident
good
because it was
show.
on after The Simpsons.
But
Yeah.
one of the characters gets Craig. He gets a monkey to come and do his. He was lazy. He's like, oh, the monkey would do everything around my house. It'd be great. Train the monkey up. Then the monkey starts hiding behind doors with a knife and stuff. And I was like, fuck that. This monkey's gonna.
This documentary is terrifying me.
Yeah.
Have we got any questions, Harry?
We do. This one from Oliver. Question, Lids. If you take your suitcase off the belt at the airport, take it home, open it, and you realise you've taken the wrong bag home and there's £100,000 in cash in it, what do you do?
Get a giraffe.
I know this is not really in the spirit of the question, but you'd have to take it back because they would know.
Would you not skim off the top a little bit, though?
Yeah, you'd try.
Yeah.
I'd take like $2,000 and be like, wow, there's only 90.
Would you though? Because in your head, whose bag is that? Who's carrying $100,000 in cash? Because I think they know how much is in it.
It's naughty money, isn't it? Like, you know, you're going to get into trouble if someone. Like, I'm not worried.
Yeah,
You'd
but
be
where'd
more
you take
worried.
it?
Huh?
Where would you take it? What? Like, would you take it back to the airport and go, I've just found this money? Because then they're not getting the money anyway, the bad guys. And then they're pissed off at you for grassing.
I think maybe I'd put on. Oh yeah, I suppose like if it is bad guys' money.
They're in there, it's gone. They're like, the busies have got that. Gone.
The only thing that stops a bad guy with the money is a good guy with the money.
Yeah.
Oh, if there's no worries about the bad guys, I think it's all right. Because the good guys don't know how much is in
Is
there.
there no worries though? Like if they're that kind of person that they think they could have got away with that, are they going to be able to get access to the CCTV at the airport and then hunt me down?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? How powerful are they?
What if you gave the money back and kept the suitcase? It was a really nice suitcase.
Mine, that's-
Classy
Got
bags.
stickers all over it.
If it was 100k, I'd take like $5,000 and then be like, I don't know that. This is why I found it. Well, I wouldn't do that because I'd give it away. But I'd want something. I'm not doing this for nothing like a dickhead.
I think I'd put on like Instagram and Twitter and like some posters up and be like, hey,
The bag.
I've took the wrong bag home from the airport. If you've got my bag, send me a picture of it. I need proof of life before we swap back. But I want my bag back. And then we can talk. And then when they get in touch, be like, yeah, so what was in your bag? And get them to say it. And go, and how much is in it? And then if they go, you know, if they're playing the game, they might go, there was 75 grand, wasn't that? As in like, here's a little dropsy for you.
Oh, that's good.
That's what you'd want.
This is a nice
And if they
bad
go,
guy.
no, 100 grand, then I go, I think you're thinking there was more like 60, wasn't there?
Oh, you're going deep.
Yeah.
you're
Because
bartering
I want to take 25, so I'm trying to barter with them.
Clever.
And they go, no, there was at least 75 in it. I'd be like, good boy.
Now you're the criminal. You're the bad guy. Actually, I'm going to keep
I reckon,
on.
and then they go, fuck, he's good. And then they go, can you work for us?
And I go, 2 mil a year.
Yeah.
And they go, here you go.
And then you become a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then you leave your 100 grand in an airport and the cycle continues.
No. That was never their intention. They haven't intent. It wasn't a recruitment tactic. We need to leave this as bait and hope we get some master criminals who find it.
I think it could be a good way to do it.
So much money. I mean, it's not. I think it's enough that you could, do something really life changing with it on a small level. But then I don't know. I don't know.
What would you do?
I think I'd take like 20 grand and lash the bag.
Here's a question. So you're in this situation and you speak to someone and they're like, yeah, I've got your bag. You can have it back. This is part of a game show. You've got 100 grand. It's yours and you can keep everything you buy with it. But you've only got a week to spend it.
Easy.
You've got a week to spend it. You've got to spend every penny of it. And you can't and if you don't spend all of it, you lose all the stuff you've bought with it.
Okay.
And you can't just buy something for more than it's worth. And you can't give the money away. And you can't say to a cleaner, oh, I'll give you 20 grand an hour to clean my house just to get rid of the last bit. You've got to get value for what you use the money for. So what are you spending 100 grand on?
100 grand's worth of watches.
Okay.
Is it all cash?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be cash. You don't find someone's
Didn't they say a couple of weeks ago you can't buy a car with cash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Unless,
that's
no,
fucked.
if you go to a dealership, that's not and go, hey lad, he'd work it out for you.
Facebook Marketplace, you can do cash.
Yeah.
Oh, what's 100 grand on Facebook Marketplace? You buy a house on Facebook Marketplace?
You can,
Can ya?
Yeah. I'm on Marketplace pretty permanently at the minute. It's my new addiction. And people list houses on there.
Mental.
It is fucking weird.
I think a house is, I know, it's quite hard to buy though, isn't it, with illegal money?
You wouldn't get it going through in a week.
No.
Unless you bought a really run down house for 100 grand.
Would you buy a fucking wild holiday?
Right.
It's a bit of a waste though, isn't it?
But then at the end of it, you'd have no things, wouldn't you, if you spent it all on a holiday?
Oh, you wanted to be kept. I thought you were trying to burn the cash.
Yeah. But
But you want things that you can have.
Would you put a bet on?
Oh, because you are
It's
getting
free
rid of
money.
it.
It's free money. Go to Vegas,
Yeah, but if you lose.
live it up for a weekend.
no,
if
but
you're
you've
trying
got
to
to
burn
get rid of it. So if you win the money, now you've got more to get rid
No,
of.
but you have got rid of it.
Oh, the bets after the
It's been
week.
laundered, hasn't it? Essentially.
Yeah,
That's how they do it. They launder money playing poker.
I've watched the Ozarks,
Like
mate.
Bayern Munich to win the next Bundesliga, 100 grand, bosh.
I think, no. Can't bet it.
Okay.
Do you know what I would have done with this guy, by the way? I would have taken the 100 grand suitcase and I would have told, and he's like, have you got my suitcase? I'm like, yeah, I have. But to get your suitcase back, you've got to enter as a contestant on Deal or No Deal. And your suitcase is in there amongst all the suitcases. And he has to go in there and he has to pick his suitcase out of all the suitcases to win his money back.
well,
How good would that be?
There's a few problems with it. First of all, that show is long been discontinued. Second of all, I don't think you've got the connections to make that happen. And third of all, I don't think you're going to be able to find 22 suitcases that match his one where he wouldn't walk in and be like, that one's mine.
Also, they're all red boxes.
Yeah,
It'd be
it's
a
all
load of
red
red boxes in one suitcase.
They're all the silver ones.
also-
It's the black one.
He's probably a man with a gun. He'd go, give me the money, you knobhead. Now go and enter as a contestant. He might even get chosen.
I haven't got your money anymore, sir. Noel Edmonds has it now.
I would say I would use the 100 grand to build the set of Deal or No Deal. I'm the host, and I'd set it all up.
in the weeds here.
And I'm like, you can win back whatever's left. We've made this for you.
He's a criminal. He'll blow your head off.
Like, he's going to come up and be like, thank you, Tom. Thanks for that.
If it's being recorded, he's not going to shoot me on camera.
What am I going to use it for? My mum wants a new patio and I want to take my dad to the Bahamas. Number 11, please. Oh, fuck.
No,
there's
he's not
the
going to shoot you on
250
telly, but he's not going to play the game, is he? I think you skim off the top and lash the bag.
Skim off the top and lash.
I think you take 20 grand and then you put the bag back on another conveyor belt.
No, you get home.
Yeah.
you take it home. Fuck that.
Leave it
Yeah,
on the
it
bus
says
then.
you-
Could be
you've got-
traced.
Of
you
course, you get it home. Who gets their bag off the conveyor belt and goes, just going to zip this open and triple check it's mine?
Leave it on like a train then. I'd take some money in and then
Leave an unattended package on a train.
How heavy would that suitcase be?
money's quite heavy, isn't it?
100 grand in cash.
Yeah, it's heavier than you think. It's
Wouldn't
like,
you?
Yeah. So, like taking it on holiday is not a good option because you'd be overweight. Cost you
This whole
through the
thing-
fucking nose,
It
mate.
costs you money. More money than you've got in the bag.
Yeah.
So the whole thing's a farce then, because your bag might not weigh as much as the money. So you should have known straight away that it's not your bag.
Do you know what that happened to me coming home from Italy? Did I tell you the story?
No.
We got there,
Yeah, 100 grand.
and our bags were both insanely overweight because we'd been given gifts at the wedding, and we could be given bottles of wine by the venue. So our bags were both massively overweight, and we knew it. I was like, "It's fine. We'll just pay the fine. It's whatever." And the woman went, "Oh my god, I've never. This is too much. This is too much weight." I was like, "No, whatever it is, I'll just pay. I understand. You know, I know to get the stuff home." She went, "It's £50 a kilo," and we were both like, well over. And I went, £50 a kilo. And she went, "Yeah," and I was like, "What the fuck?" I went, "Is there any suitcase shops in the airport?" And she went, "Yeah." I was like, "Right, I'll just go and buy a suitcase. Then it's ridiculous." Went and bought a suitcase for €150, like emptied out and put it in. Came back and she went, "What did you do?" I went, "I bought a suitcase for 150. She went, "Oh, it'd have been less to put your cases on for that." I went, "No, it was 50. She went, 15. And I went, "No, I confirmed with you that you said 50 and you said yeah." And she went, "No, 15.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. And I looked at me and I was like, she's either done it to piss me off, or I was like, "You fucking knobhead." She said, No, I said 15. But I confirmed that she said 50 because I was like, "What, 50, really?"
Was your new suitcase a nice one?
Yeah. I got a nice suitcase.
That's like, okay.
Yeah. But
And also, how much were you over?
so we worked out if it was 15, it would have cost us €150.
Oh,
But I said, all I've done there is pay the same and got a suitcase.
Yeah.
So I've gained.
Yeah.
I mean?
You have, yeah.
Do you have to buy another bag?
You had to buy a suitcase.
Yeah, I mean.
No, did you have to add another bag on?
Sorry, then I had to. So yeah, I ended up losing like 40 quid or something. I had to put another bag on.
I think you've won there. You got a £150 suitcase for 40 quid.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's how I. But I was stressed. But that's how I told myself to calm myself down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, you take that as a win.
I mean, how much time did you lose going and getting the suitcase to do that?
loads. And like the queue and stuff. And we were sweating, and yeah, it was the stress was probably not worth it. But and we just made the flight as well because of the time it took. Yeah,
Fucking hell.
Moody.
What airport?
Pisa.
Pisa.
It's one of the worst airports in the world.
Is it?
It's like a shopping centre with an airport on the back.
Awful.
That's generous.
Yeah,
It's like
beautiful. but
Is it
it's
on a
not-
lane?
Yeah. Outside, gorgeous. Doesn't even look like an airport, but doesn't function very well as an airport on the inside.
Nice for catcher though. In that airport.
good bread. The airport, the security is basically just like one conveyor belt.
On the walls it says "Focaccia flights, not feelings."
This is a question from Jack. It's a would you rather. Would you rather have to sneeze every 10 minutes for the rest of your life or have to manually breathe for the rest of your life?
Manually breathe.
Manually breathe.
Oh,
Well, you know, if
like
someone
a
says,
whale.
What?
Yeah, so did you know this? That this is what, because when I got high in Perth a couple of years ago, I freaked out. This whole thing freaked me out.
What did you get high on?
Huh?
What? Weed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smoked a bit of weed. First time ever. So I was out on a ship, like doing whale watching, and the marine biologist told us that whales have two sides to their brain. And so when they're sleep, because she said, "Oh, I can see the mother and its calf were sleeping." I was like, "How can you tell?" She goes, "Oh, because the way that they're swimming and stuff and the patterns." And I said, "Well, how do they?"
Hang on, there's sleep swimming.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So they've got two sides to their brain. One side shuts down to sleep, and the other side stays awake to tell it to breathe and come up for air, and manually tell it to go up for air, right?
Mental.
Isn't that crazy? So I was like, that's fucking wild. But I was like, that's information I'd never need to know again. And then I fucking went that night out and had some smoky smokes, and I was so high, I forgot. I thought I'd turned my switch off, and I was like so scared. I was like doing this, go, and then Soph had gone. We're at a 24-hour Vietnamese restaurant, which is wild, by the way. She went to get the menus, came back, and then she's like, "What would you like to order?" And I was like in my head going, "Right, you were fucking loving it before, but now you need to start, wind your neck in a bit." I was like, "You need to talk either, don't talk too fast, don't talk too slow, talk normally." I looked at her and I was like,
Oh, you were having to remind yourself to.
and I said, "Have I taken the time to respond?" And she goes, "You've been staring and hyperventilating at me for 5 minutes."
That happened to me
But
when
I
I
thought
did
I'd
it.
switched my breathing off.
When I did it, I was having intermittent. I don't know whether it was 10 minutes or a second. I couldn't work out. I was like looking at you and then going, was that ages or not? And
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
Time dilation.
Yeah, that was my least favourite thing of the...
Finn gets all happy when we talk about being high. He's like, this
funny.
is the thing I know.
It's just funny.
I have
those
to
days.
manually breathe and manually swallow when I'm hungover.
What do you mean manually breathe? The swallowing I get.
Like, think about
You have
it.
to sit there and
Like
think.
I have to like sort of like think about how I'm breathing. If I'm really, really, really hungover.
Is it an anxiety thing? Like, oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like sometimes I'm just like, I'm not breathing enough. So I'll have to like override the automatic breathing and do some cognitive breathing.
Sometimes I'll do a deep breath and realise I haven't breathed enough for a bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
I go, I haven't been doing many breaths. You ever feel that?
Yeah, it's like a wake apnea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God,
Yeah.
I needed that.
I'm going to say straight up, because I was so anxious that night with the breathing, I actually recorded myself talking to myself to tell myself I was okay on my phone because I was like fucking freaking out about my breathing. 100% it'd be the sneezing every 10 minutes. Because sneezing's nice.
It does get a bit much, though. Adam's got a question.
Manually telling yourself to breathe. What do you do when you're asleep? You're fucked.
Freddie does it.
Who?
Question.
Oh, yes.
Do you have that recorded?
Oh, yeah.
Can you play it? Oh, well done. So, are you high at this point, or?
Yeah, yes. This is when Soph had gone to get...
I'm okay. You're okay. I say, when I was fucked, I had Finn to tell me I was okay.
Yeah.
By the way, the sneezing one sort of is the right answer. Like, neither of these are good. Neither of these are good. That's why it's a would you rather. Because if one of them was good, very easy thing. Manually breathing's fucking horrible. If you forget, you die. The sneezing thing is going to be the most annoying life you can possibly imagine living.
Yeah, driving.
You
You,
are,
have
like,
to close your
You can
eyes.
also have a heart attack, can't you?
what?
If you sneeze to it, that's like a thing, isn't it? If you sneeze, it's like a chance every time you sneeze that your heart might just explode.
Oh, well, there's me not
Why have
thinking
you
about
told
anything else for
Adam
the rest of
that?
my life.
Why would you do that?
There we go. Yeah. That hay fever I've been having recently, just
Your heart might explode.
give me 7.
Oh, here we go. Go on, play it down the mic.
It's loud.
Note to self, you are very high.
Wait,
Actually, no, you're not. You're not really.
there's gaps.
Yes, we are. We are. We are. Answer the process. We are. We are. I think I am high.
This is me testing my breathing.
I do enjoy it.
Are you in your public? That's in public, isn't
It's
it?
in the Vietnamese restaurant. So I'm sat there on my own, just recording. Soph's gone to get the menus and come back. And then as soon as she sat down, I was like, no, I'm good. But apparently I was just going, freaking out for 5
Have you done
minutes.
drugs since?
No, I've not. But I want to again because I feel like
Turn into Gollum.
I just wired it out. Hey, do you know what I mean, Finn? It was on my first time. And what happened is I'd had a couple of bevvies before and my mate, Mickey D?
Yeah.
Yeah, great Aussie comic. And he was like, hey, would you like a smoke? And Soph was like, yeah, fucking go for it. So I was like, yeah, right. So I had a toke. And then I was like, oh, I'm an idiot because Mickey and this other comic, Kirsty, was like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling fucked. And I was like, oh, I don't feel anything. So I said, maybe I'm immune. Right? Such a stupid thing to
my
say.
God.
But I was half cut. And then Mickey
That's so
went,
many
Fast
first.
controller laughed. You are wrong.
That must be so many first timers thoughts.
that's what Mickey said. He goes, he knew. He goes, fuck, let's see how immune you are, mate. And gave me the whole thing. And I smoked the whole fucking joint with a spliff whatever.
He was not immune.
And yeah. But it took ages to kick in. Is that right? It didn't hit me straight away.
Smoking?
Yeah.
No, smoking's normally pretty quick.
Oh,
I
what-
mean, an edible takes a while.
How long's ages?
So we went for a little wander through the Perth Quay and stuff, and I feel like maybe the drink was wearing off, and that's when I realised. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the drinking before is what's done you in there.
Because I then really became aware of my esophagus.
I couldn't even tell you where they are.
You've only got one of them.
That's the bit where the food goes down and up. But I remember feeling, I could feel it. And the whole cylinder part there, I was like, oh yeah. And that's when I freaked out by my breathing. I turned it off.
Yeah, you need to not smoke.
My first time was very similar to that.
Was it?
Because I had loads of mates that smoked and I didn't smoke until I was like 18 for the first time. So I was like we were doing like a round robin of sharing this blunt. I was every other toke because they all wanted to get me high. And I was like, oh no, I'm absolutely fine. Like I'm not even feeling it. And I was just like going,
Oh shit, every second one was you.
yeah. And it was like purple shit from Afghanistan because I had like mates that were like far too into like the stoner culture. And we're walking back, we were at a house party.
Finn thinks you're exaggerating.
Walking back to this house party and my mate like asked me something.
Is he doing like drug bragging? Is this bollocks?
Purple shit from Afghanistan.
It was an Outcast album.
It was like what there was two different blunts going around. One of them was Gorilla Glue. And I don't know what the other one was, but it was like it looked fucking mental. It looked like it had fungus on it.
Right.
And basically my mate asked me a question, and then as he asked me the question, like everything's like and I couldn't speak words. So I went back to the house party and I was like sat on the couch and I was looking round at people, but then I was like, they're going to notice that I'm looking in an order here. So I started mixing up a little bit. And then I was like,
is he looking at us in a fucking order?
Then I was like, I can't do, like, what if someone speaks to me? So I went out to go hide. We went to a field to go do it. So I went to go hide in a bush for the rest of the house party. I was like, I'll wear off. And as I was walking up to the bush, all the lads came back down. They were like, you all right? I was like, in a good way. So I went back to the house party and they were all like, Harry's hit white. So I went up the stairs. I think I went up the stairs on all fours as well, which is not a good look.
Manplay.
And sat on the bed and didn't speak for 2 hours, but just looked at everyone. And I had, because my mates were all dead good, got me up like a circus kind of, like high top man was like, everyone who comes to the party, come look at Harry, he's fucked. And then eventually when I made it downstairs, I just got all of the pizza and rolled it up. And I was like, because I didn't feel good, but I was like, you're meant to have the munchies. So I just started shoving pizza whole into my mouth in the hope that it would like make it better, and it didn't. And then I didn't feel right for a couple of days.
I had after all that though, did you?
That was bleak, Harry.
My question is, because as much as I freaked out, then I had the best sleep of my life.
I had the best nap of my life in between it, yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I woke up the next day and was like, oh my God, I feel like a new person.
Yeah. I woke up and went back out again.
By the way, if you haven't seen the first ever Amsterdam Patreon special, go and watch it. So patreon.com/haveawordpod. There's 2 Amsterdam specials. Find the first one. Me and Carl both did the same.
What was it? Like a volcano?
That is still, up until the India special, that was my favourite one.
Because the difference in reaction to the same drug from me and Carl
Yeah.
is fantastic.
I went in a bin and then went to bed, and Adam went to a Chinese and lost his hands. And if you don't know what that means, go and watch it.
I couldn't... Like, I thought I'd, like, found out, like, a key question to the universe. So, like, I couldn't understand how my brain made my hands move. But, like, I found it... But the only way I can describe it is, during the high, it felt like the most important thing in the world for me to try and figure out. I was, like, picking things up going, how can I do that?
And I was asleep.
There's a point where Carl turns to everyone in the special and goes, look at him over there. He just looks so red and evil. And Adam's like laughing to himself, like staring at his
Because he was sat next to me in purple. And he was going, laughing manically. And he went, oh, you're fucked, you. And I went, oh. And I just went, boo.
Yeah, apparently I ruined it for Carl. But I didn't know. I didn't know drug etiquette because I've never been a potsman, you know?
Well, it's mad. It was mad how like the questions that seem so massive in the moment when you're high. Like, because when we went outside, Soph had seen, because we have cops on horseback.
Yeah.
And she saw a cop on horseback because it was like a party area of Perth. And she goes, oh, how do they arrest people? And I said, I don't know how a horse arrests anyone.
What do you call that? A cop on...
Horseback.
Oh, right, okay.
What do you say?
Busy on a nene.
Do you say busy on a nene? That is fucking awesome. See me whip.
It is.
See me nene.
That's what they sing.
Yeah.
What did I say to you? I was like looking at things going, everything's like I can see everything. What was I saying?
The best bit for me,
The car.
Yeah, it was the car. When we were walking, there was like a smart car.
No, it was a car where it was that small. And you go, look at that. It was like a
Yeah.
It was
stupid
a tiny
miniature
car.
car.
Colin, I could just kick that in the canal.
Because previously we'd gone, oh, I'd love to kick that in the canal when we were sober. And then I remember that when I could kick that in the canal.
So after the coffee shop that we got high in, we walked to a Chinese restaurant. On the way to the Chinese restaurant, I freaked out a little bit because I had to manually move my right leg. So my left leg was normal, like on autopilot, and the right one I had to like drag with it. And then when we got to the Chinese restaurant, I somehow got even higher. And you know the fella who goes around like the bus boy, like who collects all the dirty plates to the Chinese restaurant? I was stood up and screaming, he's got the best job in the world. He doesn't have to pay for food. He just gets to take everyone's leftovers.
I remember saying to
I want to go and watch the Amsterdam special now.
I remember being like, oh, colours look great. Because Amsterdam's quite like beautiful. It's not on the canal. I was like, oh, this looks lovely. I remember.
Yeah, your colour was not great. You were the
I was like,
man
I
I've
was
ever
like,
seen.
You were the colour of your jumper.
Yeah, I was like, great. I was
genuinely.
And they're all
Funnily
tanned.
enough, I was actually wearing this hoodie from Camel Skateboards. But I remember thinking,
Use code Carl4 for 4% off.
So wait, when you go to these cafes, you know how there's two different types? The chill type and the creative, more, you know. Do you get to choose? Like, do you have like two different menus of like, this is the chill type, this is the not chill type?
You have a menu and you get to pick based on what you want. And if you don't know, you can ask the people in there and they will tell you.
Okay.
Finn
And
fucked it, Finn gave us stuff we shouldn't have had.
they don't ever fuck with you?
I was selfish. I was given the business card and told to get some weed, and I picked some Cali stuff.
Stuff that you shouldn't have for your first time.
No, I've said this. We've talked about this loads. You, before we went, was like, I'm not smoking. I was like, right, we'll have to figure that, like, actually smoking.
I was wrong. I
So
should
we
have.
had to get like a vaporizer. So you heat the weed up and then you toke it.
Yeah.
Which is a much more intense way of doing it for your first time.
Yeah, the little vapes.
No, it was like a big, like...
There was a big balloon. It's called a volcano.
Oh, fucking hell.
I think we should take a break and we should go and show Thomas that bit of the Amsterdam special.
Go watch it, patreon.com/haveawordpod. Best in the game.
And we'll be back after this break with Nick Helm. What's happening, Liz? It's time to tell you about my absolute favourite sponsor. It's NordVPN. And if you go to nordvpn.com/haveaword, you'll get a mega discount. Mega discount. And up to 4 months free. Now, Carl, what's a VPN?
A VPN is a virtual proxy network, I think. But
What's it do?
What it does is...
Doesn't matter what it is. What's it do?
Well, you can get it on all your devices. I've got my phone, my laptop, and my iPad.
Ups your security on the internet. None of those pesky viruses. Your laptop's not getting chlamydia. Eh?
Trojan horses. No, thank you. I've got a VPN.
And you can also set your location, can't you? So if you can't afford to go on holiday this year, you can go on a digital one to Mauritius.
Yeah.
And watch the Mauritian Premier League coverage.
Hang on a minute. I'm trying to watch Chelsea versus Rotherham in the FA Cup third round. It's not on the telly. I'll go to Mumbai on my phone.
Because they're showing it. What's that? You want to watch Die Hard 2, Die Harder, and that's not on Netflix in the UK, but it is in Burma. Off to Burma I go via my NordVPN package. And again, if you go to nordvpn.com/haveaword, you get a mega discount and 4 months free.
Do you know what's good about it as well? You only need one username for all your devices. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
It spreads across all your devices. You only, I need one here, one there, one there. One. Log into all of them. You're safe. You're watching the Malaysian Premier League.
Sound that.
Unbelievable. 4 months free. That's a third of the year, by the way.
Mega.
Mega deal.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are honoured to be joined by Nick Helm.
Hello.
Thank you so much for making the journey up.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Beautiful.
How are you? Give me something.
I'm tired, Nick. I'm sweaty. I feel like I've caught a tan.
Why are you sweaty?
I've been moving house. I bought a house.
I thought you said, where are you sweating?
Where? That's my second question.
Every crease, I would say, is where I'm sweaty. But I've got you You know, you got like a million different things going on in your head, and every single one of them is trying to talk to you at the same time.
Oh, ADHD.
Yeah. I have got ADHD.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Have you diagnosed?
Yeah.
No, I haven't been diagnosed, but like...
You don't need to.
Did you say Christmas?
You don't need to. At Christmas, yeah.
Like a gift.
Well, it was a gift. Yeah.
Have you been medicated for it?
Yeah.
Have you?
Brilliant.
Is it good?
Yeah, well, if you're interested.
Well, I got diagnosed last year, but I then got told to come back for an appointment, and then I just didn't
Didn't go.
back to the appointment for the.
Got to go.
But that's
I think
the
that is an
fucking
instant diagnosis.
That's the problem. And then they give you forms to fill out, and you're like, "Fuck off, mate. That's my kryptonite, isn't it? I've got
Or maybe that's a thing. If you fill it in and give them it back, they go, "You don't need the medication."
It's like when you get done on the trains and they say, well, if you fill in the form, you can get your money back. And you go, fuck off, it's 20 quid.
I'd pay 20 quid to not have to fill that form
Oh,
in.
yeah, I would pay you £1 million not to pay this 20 quid.
Because I got diagnosed privately, and then when I went to the NHS, she was like, "Oh yeah, if you go onto this website and choose one of these things, then that's how you can get your medication via the NHS and for free." And I was like, "Wicked," and that was November last year.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
And the diagnosis, by the way, was last February.
Sure.
So we're now May.
Well, that's it, though, isn't it? Because you're face to face and you say, absolutely, I'll do that.
Yes.
And then you leave and you go, fuck that.
Oh, my intent was fucking on. I was like, yeah, I'll do that.
How did you get diagnosed? How do they?
I went private.
No, but what do they do? How do they
He
gauge?
just asked me loads of questions. Well, I got
Yeah.
diagnosed with bipolar at the beginning of last year. And I went in and he just asked me loads of questions. This is material, though. But, I mean, I got asked loads of questions. And then at the end of it, he said, I'm going to prescribe you 3 drugs. He said, this is material. But he said, this is 3 drugs. I'm going to prescribe you 3 drugs. He said, this one's for your mood. We had a Zoom call for an hour, right? The psychiatrist, right? He said, asked loads of questions for an hour. At the end of it, he said, this one's for your mood, this one's for your energy, and this one's for your weight, right? And we hadn't mentioned my weight once. And it was a fucking Zoom call. Like, how fat was my head? Do you know what I mean? It's just like, that's all it is. So then he said I got bipolar, and I've had like mental health problems all my life. And then he said I got bipolar. I started taking the bipolar meds, and all of my depression went away. And then by the end of the year, I couldn't focus on anything. So I went back, and he said, yeah, you got ADHD as well. He's like, did you know that at the beginning of the year? Did you just get 2 visits out of me?
Surely they can't medicate both at the same time. Surely you got to. Wouldn't that be a law?
They should just say everything that's wrong with you, right?
No, I'm saying if you fix one thing, surely surely that'd be a law for you.
No, I think a lot
right.
of people just want to feel sorted. Like if you go to the arm with a broken arm and a broken leg, and they go, "We'll deal with your leg next time."
My doctor laughed at me.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, like, he asked me something, and then
Was it Patch Adams?
he asked me a question.
You're real.
No, that in Liverpool swearing. But he goes, he asked me a question, and then I went on and told him like the answer and whatever, and then I got distracted in my own answer and started going on and on. And about 2 minutes later, I was like, sorry, what was the question again? And he just laughed, and he's like, okay, and then started.
We don't need any more. I know what you got.
It's the quickest assessment ever. 1 minute in. Yeah.
I keep getting a lot of like I'm addicted to scrolling, so I keep getting like ADHD people who are having medication for the first time, and their reaction to it, and it looks so they're so excited that they can think.
It's mad. I've tried it.
What does it do?
Mad.
What does it do?
Well,
It's like imagine. If you got ADHD, I think out of all of us, you're the least likely out of the lads.
It is the best way I could sort of explain how it's like in my brain, right? So let's say you had the week I'm having this week,
Yeah.
right? So you've had the Liverpool parade to go to, planning your stag do and the party, planning time to pack to go to Nashville on Monday. Got to book a hotel for London the night before Nashville. Got to make sure I've got trains booked to get down to London to get to Nashville, and getting the keys to the house I've bought, and arranging a moving van, and putting everything in. So in your head, does your brain go, right, well, today's Monday, so we'll just do the parade, and then we'll deal with the hangover on Tuesday, and we'll move some stuff over, and then Wednesday, I'll get the van. So in my head, on Monday, it's like every single one of them jobs has a voice in my head, and they're all competing for my focus at the same time. So imagine all those different jobs and in your head going, it's parade today, but on Tuesday, don't remember, you got calm down and go over because you've got to get all the stuff into the house before, and you're getting the keys on the Wednesday, but they're not going to the airport till 3 o'clock, but they've said you can get there from 11 o'clock and the van's arriving at 11. So if you get the van at 11 and get there for 12, then they're going to be there for 3 hours while you're putting stuff in, so they're going to be in the way a little bit. And then you've promised them you'll give them a lift to the airport, and then Thursday, you've got the podcast. Thomas Green's the co-host. Make sure you text Thomas the night before, make sure you confirm him. Okay, you actually forgot to do that. Make sure you text Nick and make sure he's in at the right time. And then Friday, you've got to get up early, get over to the house, make sure the brick slips go in for the builders for while you're away. And at the same time, also, Friday's the day that you're doing the podcast.
Get
and then you go
PA.
Yeah, give me
Get
the
a
drugs,
PA.
bro.
that will not help my brain.
But you
Well,
go
PA.
to them, have you done
Yeah.
that? And they go, yeah, sure, that ticks all them boxes.
I got told that,
mean-
like, it's like, brain, imagine it's like a traffic jam in, like, the Bangladeshi street, so everyone's like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then you take the drug and it's all
That's
going
what
one
I
way.
say. It's like a motorway, and
Yeah.
every car is like an idea. And
Yeah.
you try and go, "Ah," and you can't. And but the other thing is, you've got something important to do, and you sit down to do it. But then as soon as you do that, you think, but I've got to clean up the kitchen. Right?
Yeah.
And then you go, well, that's more important than that. How am I meant to work if I know that the kitchen's fucked? And,
so no, so-
and then
so
you
I haven't
you're
done.
constantly changing what your priorities are in your head, and they're all. And I can't operate unless it's an emergency.
Yeah.
So every time I travel anywhere, I make the train by 2 minutes because I'm like always fucking late. So everything is stressful all the time because I'm just always but it's also like a superpower.
Yeah.
Because you talk to like people. And they're like, you say, oh, what are you doing this week? And you go, well, I've got to go up to Liverpool. And they go, well, and how are you going to get there? And you go, well, it's fucking 5 days away. Why the fuck would I? I'm going to work out to get to Liverpool the morning I've got to get to Liverpool. That's what I'll do.
Yeah. And like, if I know something's got to be done by 5 p.m. and I know it will take me exactly an hour,
Oh, that's me.
I cannot start it till 4 o'clock, because if I started at 3, it's not interesting enough to do because I've got more than enough time. So I'll definitely, that's not
That was
interesting.
my
enough.
I work
uni.
under pressure. If I've got something to do, I won't do it until I need to do it.
I think
maybe
you've
I've
got
that.
mild ADHD.
Like,
whereas
do this
the-
on Thursday. I'll do this by Thursday. I'm doing it Wednesday night. I'm not doing it on Tuesday because I don't need to.
You don't need to. There's no rush.
But I couldn't focus on anything. And then they said that I had ADHD, and then they gave me the meds. And like, I've literally struggled my whole life with that sort of stuff. And they gave me the meds, and it kicked in 5 minutes later. And I went past the washing machine, and I was like, oh, I could put some washing on. So it's got a downside.
Did you just put some washing on?
Well, I thought I could.
Yeah, and that's enough, innit?
That is enough.
That is,
yeah.
like, I could just put a wash on. Oh.
Yes,
But
yeah.
I would never think of it. And I would leave washing in my washing machine, and I would wash it 8 times, and then you'd let it...
See, I'm
This
here
is
because I do
my
that. I
over
could
and over
take that
again.
out, or I could leave it for 2 days and wash it again.
No, I'll leave the wet stuff in the washing machine for like 2 weeks, and I'll go, fucking hell, that stinks. Put it on again. It saves time wearing it, doesn't it?
Yeah, because that's storing the clothes as well.
Yeah, that's where you store it. And then what happens when you get it out? You've got to
think-
find some other fucking place to store
I
it.
do that.
That's why dishwashers are great.
Right,
And
yeah.
also, there's that marketing fella, Rory Sutherland, who came up with this plan where every house, especially for ADHD people, should have 2 dishwashers.
Yeah.
And one of them just becomes a cupboard.
Yeah.
So you fill it, put it on, and now that's a clean cupboard full of dishes. And then the other one, you then empty that one, and that is now the new one to put
That's
dirty ones in.
great.
I think every cupboard should be a dishwasher.
Oh, do you know
Every
what?
cupboard.
I
How
used
easy
to-
that is.
I
What
used to
about
have-
clothes cupboards?
I
No,
used to,
in the kitchen.
I used to have underfloor heating.
Oh, wow.
Not in my new flat, but in my old flat, I had underfloor heating. So I would just
Put the clothes on the
Switch.
floor.
switch the heat up, leave the house, and put all my clothes on the floor.
That is fantastic.
And then when I got in, it was all dry.
That is so clever.
It was not only dry, it was warm.
Did you not think, though, before you got medicated, that it maybe affect your comedy?
I was worried.
But it was
I
fine.
was worried.
I think every comic, any creative person,
Yes.
any creative person, musicians, comics, artists, whatever field you want to look at, there's normally some of this in all of us. in some capacity. There's normally at least a drop of it. And I think a lot of people do have that worry. If I get well,
Yeah.
then I won't be able to do the thing that I can do anymore, or not to the same level. And I do think, I think it's a very understandable thought. And I think it's a really dangerous one. I think everyone's sort of plan should be to get as mentally well as possible and then be as creatively
within that.
Be as creative as you can once you're well, rather than being like, I better stay fucking mental actually so that I can still tell the right joke.
And it's sort of romanticised, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm an artist, so I'll die in the gutter, penniless, right? And it's kind of like I've got to suffer for it, and I'm mentally ill, and I'm going to challenge all of my depression and anger and hate. I'm going to channel it all into my work. And you just think, can't you just have a nice life?
Yeah. Can't you just have a coffee and a sandwich and then do a drawing?
So I'm on the pills, right? And obviously you worry, because I was on antidepressants for years as well, but like, and they didn't do anything. But like, but you worry that it will change your brain, and it does change your brain. But like, it means that you're more capable of doing something with the ideas you've got. Because I find when I was depressed and when I was undiagnosed with ADHD and bipolar, I was doing the best with what I could do.
Yeah.
But some days I couldn't get out of bed.
See, my thought is with the ADHD med, because you can get the fast or the slow acting, right? So I thought if you could have this fast acting one during the day to get your admin and all that shit done, but then if I don't have to take it when I'm on stage, do you know what I mean? So I could just be, because I like being distracted.
Yeah, but I don't sleep. But my bipolar meds knock me out. So I take ADHD in the morning, but if I don't have my fucking bipolar meds, I'm up for like 48 hours. So you take the meds at the end of the night and then they fucking knock you out.
Oh, that's good.
Business in the front, party in the back, mate.
Does it affect your dreams? Like your dreams, like, do you know what I mean?
I don't
You
know.
never have cheese before you sleep. That fucks your dreams up.
That's got to be a myth, though, hasn't it?
I thought you didn't dream if you were doing that. I thought it stopped your dreams.
What, cheese?
No, I thought if you were medicated, it stopped you dreaming.
Stop you dreaming.
Depends on the medication and the person.
I don't know. Unless I'm just a very light sleeper. All my dreams are about me trying to
Go to sleep.
keep my eyes closed and pretend to be asleep, right? Those are what my dreams are about.
That's what I feel like a lot of the time, genuinely. Like I wake up sometimes and feel like I haven't slept at all. I've just simulated it for 8 hours.
You think, have I been sleeping there or not? And you go, it's been an hour. I must have been sleeping a little bit.
It's like when
Last night's the heaviest sleep I've had in ages. I reckon I fell asleep at midnight and I had this absolute glory moment, by the way. I woke up and was like, oh, it's time to get up here. It was 10 to 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I got to just go, I went for a wee and got back in bed and went back to sleep.
Unbelievable.
10 to 5. That's it. I reckon that's the best time to see on your if you're up at 8. Like me missus' alarm went off at like 7:30 today and that woke me up. But in my head, I was like, I've got a full 3 more. That's a night's sleep for me sometimes.
Yeah.
Like 3 hours sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to have to deal with living on a 3 hour sleep.
As long as you're sleepy enough when you get back into bed. Sometimes I'll get back into bed like, fuck yeah, 3 hours. And then my brain's like, hey, and ask me some random question. Do you know what I mean? And then my brain's gone.
That 3 hours gets eaten up real quick.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, as soon as you get your phone out.
Oh, it's fucked.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't
Start researching weird shit.
3 hours sleep.
You can't unlock your phone in the middle of a sleep.
I couldn't do anything on 3 hours sleep. I'm so reliant on a good night's sleep.
But like, when you're at school and then you woke up in the morning, you were ill, or you wanted to not be at school, and then you'd be up at like 8 o'clock to go to school, and then you'd get the day off school, and your parents go to work. Another 3 hours in bed, Richard and Judy. Do you know what I mean?
You chose Richard and Judy.
Yeah.
Who didn't used to watch Richard and Judy?
Such a grown-up one. I'd watch Helm.
Oh, I thought that was a... Sorry, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought you were saying... That was you saying like a... What do you call like a...
A wanker.
Yeah, I thought you were saying a different word for wank. Oh, Richard, got to go see Richard.
Yeah,
and
well,
Judy.
that's what I call wanking. That's what I call my balls.
Yes, because Richard Dick and Judy. I don't know. Richard.
No, Richard Dick is one of my balls.
Oh, Richard Dick. Okay.
I call one of my balls Dick. And I call my dick Bobby Ball.
The Richard, Judy and Bob.
Yeah, Bobby.
No, I'd watch the cartoons that you didn't realise were educational.
What, Richard and Judy was a cartoon?
No. If you were off school, the
I'd be
cartoon...
like, Channel 4 would have some weird...
What is Richard and Judy, by the way?
What's Richard and Judy?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Well, it's, this morning?
I suppose though, because Tom, you've only
this
been in
morning.
the UK how long?
I don't mean this morning.
Yeah.
I mean the TV show
TV
this
show.
morning.
That was so confusing. I thought you just went, this morning, and I was like,
How did you know I was keeping my eyes out?
he wasn't there this morning.
Richard and Judy is this morning.
How long have you lived in the UK?
10 years.
Okay, and you are how old?
38.
Right, so you moved here when you were 28.
Yeah.
So Richard and Judy, when Richard and Judy and much 10 years ago,
Judy retired
10 years
ages ago.
It was, and they did Richard and Judy's book club after that, didn't they?
Didn't you get her tits out once?
What?
What?
Didn't you get her tits out once by accident?
One at an award ceremony, her dress.
Yeah,
I thought that was Janet
She had
Jackson.
very-
No, she did the Janet Jackson
No, it
before
was Janet Jackson. It wasn't. It wasn't Judy Finnegan. It was Janet Jackson.
No, Judy Finnegan had a wardrobe malfunction.
It was Richard
Which
and
one of them
Booby.
is the sister of Michael Jackson?
Judy. No,
Is it Richard or Judy?
I'm sure she had a wardrobe
she did.
malfunction. Yeah.
At the NTAs.
So she did a Janet Jackson before Janet Jackson.
No.
So it should be
So
called a
that's
Judy.
what people were saying. When Janet Jackson did it, they were like, she's done a fucking Judy.
Oh.
Judy Finnegan. So they were a couple who hosted the TV
They
show.
were together in real life.
Yeah. I don't think they
Oh,
By the way,
Oh, wow.
you'd love Richard Madeley.
I think he probably wouldn't recognise Richard Madeley. He's still about. I think you just wouldn't. They're not a double act anymore.
No.
Why would I like him?
He's a dick. With a tiny pinch of cunt.
He is though. It's just a bit of a
I
dick.
did a charity gig, which was we had a live band, and they were all like TV executives that were in the band, and they were all millionaires that were in the band, and they did a charity gig where they either played a Beatles song or a Rolling Stones song, right? And the stage was sort of like here, and there was a corridor down the side to get to the toilets, and so I went to the toilet, and when I came up, there was you could hear that there was someone on the stage, and they were playing like Johnny Be Good, right? But they were doing the guitar solo perfectly, right? And when I came in and looked round, it was Richard Madeley, and he had like a red fucking guitar like Michael J. Fox at the end of Back to the Future, and he was fucking going for it. He looked, because he has his hair, you know, he looked like Marty McFly.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
But he was dressed as Ali G. It was weird.
Richard Madeley can play the guitar that well. That's
Yeah,
surprising.
it's like you were listening to it going, fucking hell, this guy's shit. Oh, God. It's Richard Madeley.
Yeah, he's one of the least sexiest men you'll ever come across.
Well, you say that, I sucked him off.
I mean,
He was so good at the guitar. What a dreamboat.
imagine a. How old were they back then? Were they middle-aged then? Back when they were hosting, when they were on the telly.
Yeah, 40s. They must have been in their 40s.
So imagine a 40-year-old couple together hosting a morning show, and like the banter that they'd have, and you know the relationship. It was
They
fun.
must
They
sleep
have
really
the
well.
equivalent of this all over the world. Why are you pretending that you don't get it?
No. I do get the concept of the TV show.
A married couple turn up every morning to make you feel better.
That would be weird. I wake up and they're just there. Hello.
What, you mean like parents?
Oh, yeah.
No, but the jokes would be like, "Oh yeah, Richard, you left the milk out last night, didn't you?" And then it'd be someone playing the bassoon.
Yeah, that's this morning.
Meet the woman who's the youngest woman who's ever
Yeah.
lived
Oh,
with
right,
7 ads. You know what I mean?
The
It was that-
youngest woman who's ever lived.
Yeah, it was all that bollocks.
The youngest woman that ever lived. Meet the youngest woman that... Oh, hang on, she's been replaced.
No, but it was that. It was like, meet John. He's got 7 cars. Woo! And then it was like a story about John. Yeah, I've got 7 cars.
Yeah, it started with 1 and then 2 and then 3. The third one broke down, so I need to replace the third one. But then before you knew it, was 4, 5.
And then Richard would be like,
Went
"What's it
back
like-
down to 4 and then
what's it like
5,
having 7
6.
cars? How'd you get to it? It was like bollocks, but it was shit on the telly that you just melt your brain to before you went to work.
So, and this is on for how many years? Like for ages.
It's still on
50,
now.
60
They've just got new hosts.
What?
And they have Fred the Weatherman behind
And it
them.
was here, wasn't
And
it?
he was
You know Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby?
Yeah.
That's
this
that
morning.
show.
Yeah, I get
The
that.
same show.
Yeah.
Where they
it
have
was-
like a man on and it's like, here's Alan. He's got the world's smallest willy and he's going to tell us what it's like to have the smallest willy in the world.
Where's that in the morning?
That was a real one. No, that was a real one.
No, stop.
Micro penis.
Living with a micro penis.
He's got the smallest penis in. Oh, hang on a minute. No, it's just been replaced.
Get him off.
Doesn't even get his moment. He's gone on the telly to talk about having a tiny cock.
Oh, hang on. He's
just been replaced
by a baby. No, and the man's big. The man with the biggest willy in the UK. He was on it. And
Biggest willy in the UK.
He was on
How
the
would you know that though?
measurements.
Well, they'd tell you.
No. But as in,
Take
like,
them at their word.
what if there's someone at home who's like, I reckon mine's bigger? Would they call in this
No,
morning?
this is a medical penis. This is like,
had
it's
issues.
down to his knee.
His knee.
Yeah.
Fuck. If he got erect, he must pass out.
There'd be an issue, yeah, because all the blood would go from his head.
Genuinely, he was on there, like, and it was really hard to feel sorry for him. He's like, I get me knob out, and women are just like, oh, can't do that.
Not doing that. Yeah.
He's
And
like,
a
it's
lot
just
of the
so,
times-
like,
I
me
do feel a
pants
bit
don't
sad
fit
for-
properly.
A lot of the times, if you've got a really big dick, you know, I find I'm just thumbing it in.
A lot.
Here's a question. Would you rather be the fella who's got the smallest cock in the UK or, like, just a small one?
I almost answered before I heard the options. I almost was like, yeah, hang on.
Would you want the title?
Would you rather have the biggest or the smallest? Because the biggest. No, but he's got the issues of like women not wanting to go near it, like the medical issues. The smallest, he's just got a little willy, hasn't he? It's not like he's any medical issues that come with that.
But you can do loads with a little dick.
Yeah, you can use props and stuff.
So you can use props.
Yeah, you can do stuff to like, but like it's big. It's just an issue. It's just like, oh, I'm not doing that.
What do you mean, like willy dress ups?
Yeah,
What do you mean? Like fucking cosplay, cockplay. There you go, cosplay. You dress it up.
pump it up, and yeah,
What?
use love honey. That's what.
No,
I
okay, you know in The Hangover when they like, what the fuck is that? And it ends up being his willy.
Who's Willie?
Oh, Mr.
Chow.
Yeah.
Chow. You remember that bit? And they're like, and the monkey licks it.
Yeah.
Is that actually his willy?
No, that's a
No.
film.
That'd be a porn film, wouldn't it, Tom?
Right.
I tell you what, I got like quite a small spare room, right? And I bought a really big desk for it. Mm-hmm. Really big. It was like the biggest desk I could find. I thought that'd be great. But I put it in the room, and the room looks even smaller now. So I'm getting rid of that desk, and I'm going for a smaller one. Right. And that can be a metaphor.
A woman with a tiny pussy would like her tiny cock in it.
Does your dick feel bigger when you walk into that room?
Oh, well, yeah, because I keep bumping into the desk. It's just a dick height, you know what I mean? You think,
Bigger
God,
does
I can't move anywhere without banging my dick into something.
It's like, you know, you have those
All
funny
my
mirror-
furniture's big.
My cock must be massive.
How big is your penis? Well, put it this way, I bang it into every piece of furniture I've got. Yep.
Bigger doesn't mean better.
Exactly.
saying.
In so many
You
words.
would 100% rather have the biggest one than the smallest one.
Yeah.
Of course you would.
That wasn't the question, though, was it?
It was.
I thought you said.
We said we'd rather have the biggest or the smallest, but I think
Oh, sorry. I thought you said the smallest.
I don't
or
know.
the-
Either way, you're in the Guinness Book of Records, right? That's got to feel pretty good.
I don't know.
Guinness. Do you reckon they're taking pictures of the willies and putting it in the book?
I don't think they're taking pictures
That's
of it.
got to be in
It's
the
got to
book.
be in it.
Yeah.
The
Got
world's
to be.
the world's smallest willy. Can you Google that thing?
The world's smallest adult penis, I imagine it will be.
Right, yeah. Yeah, let's
there's
get
not
that in writing. Before we ask the photos to be sent in.
Before we Google it.
It can't be, surely. The biggest, maybe. That's lab Bible. We're not taking that as.
Imagine, yeah, but you could have, right, the world's smallest penis, right? But then if you could have a wish, yeah, you'd say, I'd also like the world's smallest hands.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm thinking.
Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you could also.
Is that the
I'm
only?
assuming we're wanking, right?
I love that with the wish, you don't wish for the cock the size of your hands. You wish for your hands to match your cock.
Why would I want?
Because having small hands is another.
Why would I
issue.
want a cock with 5 ends to it?
Swiss Army cock.
It's under an inch erect.
What?
Under an inch erect.
Wow.
Shut
Under an
the
inch
fuck
erect.
up.
What's an inch? Under an inch. That's not a
Erect.
cock. That's a clit.
Erect though, it must look mad.
Like angry and straining. Like a mouse holding its breath. I'm erect right now.
It mustn't look like an erect willy. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
What do you mean? What else?
What does it look like?
Yeah. I mean, I personally rather have the smallest one. I think the biggest one.
My mate famously has a small penis. And he's a comic, actually.
Dan.
I won't say who it is. But no, not Dan.
Oh.
Different one. And he said he used to do a bit about it years ago. He doesn't do it anymore. About when he would take dick pics and send them to girls when they'd ask for them.
Yeah.
He'd take it next to one of those cans you used to get from Woolworths, the little ones. So that, like, in perspective, it looked like it was like...
Yeah, the size
like
of
that. He wouldn't let them know it was a little mini one.
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey...
I did the
Look
same
like
thing.
I always did a can then. Is that?
Do you use your mini furniture and put it in the background?
I did the same thing with the Barbie mansion. They were like, fuck it hell. You can get them second hand on eBay. It's great. They're not that expensive. And you can just rest it on the chimney and you go, look at the size of this.
I was in a Barbie
Trying to
mansion.
fuck the chimney.
On the chimney.
Have you ever fucked a chimney?
No.
Wow, it's an amazing feeling.
Is it?
You feel incredible. The power. Mum, you never guess what I'm doing.
It's a mad measurement.
Yeah, the dream. The dream. What all of them candles on my birthday cake were about, Mum.
That's why it's called the
I'm
dream
finally
mansion.
fucking that chimney. Where did I get it? No, it doesn't matter where.
Oh my God.
So you've got ADHD.
Say it again.
So you've got ADHD.
I think we all do.
I've got ADHD. Yeah. What was the question? I'm fine.
Oh. Yeah, I do want to get a bit of medication for it and just say, I want to experience what you've experienced.
Oh, yeah, but also with the meds, if you take it, you can focus and you don't have to take it every day.
Yeah.
So it's not like if you miss like feeling fucked in your head, you just don't take your meds.
I pick and choose. It's when I've got a lot to do, then I'll take one.
Is it basically Adderall?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is basically meth.
And it's speed.
What is speed?
Speed, yeah.
So like when you're on antidepressants, and if you're not depressed, you're on antidepressants, and it slows you down, which made me suicidal, right? And then, but then when you're on but then when you're on speed, it speeds you up, and you think that that's the opposite of what you need when you can't focus, but it actually just levels you out. So
Do they affect
My
each
mum
other?
used to say one of our neighbours were on speed and she had the cleanest house on the street. Genuinely.
yeah,
She had a spotless house, and I remember coming back because I used to play with his son. And I came back and I was like, Mum, her house is like the cleanest house I've ever been in. And my mum went, yeah, she's on speed.
yeah.
I think I was like 6.
Yeah, I did a food show, and we did an episode in Glasgow, and there's a Glaswegian chef who'd been on cocaine all night.
Oh
It was
God.
the fucking cleanest kitchen we saw in the whole series. It was brilliant. It's just stank of iron brew and buck.
See, it is a good use of Class A's sometimes.
I think you'd
You
forget
need
to
to
take the
get some
medication.
cleaning done.
Yeah.
Class A's.
Heroin.
It's just an advert, Nick.
There you go.
It's just an advert.
Class A's. I love them.
What was the cooking show you did, Nick?
It was called Eat Your Heart Out with Nick Helm. Yeah.
And what
Do you
kind
like
of-
cooking? Are you a chefsman yourself?
I used to really like cooking, yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you cook?
Anything. I
Yeah.
can cook anything. I'm good at cooking.
Yeah, right.
I love cooking. I'm obsessed with
What's your favourite thing to cook?
it. If I've got the time, a full roast dinner.
Oh, right.
With all the trimmings and stuff and
Yeah.
different flavours and
You love-
seasonings on every bit.
Yeah. Yeah. You love roasts.
Yeah. Roast being my death roll meal. Like, it's my favourite one.
What roast was it? Chicken?
If I'm choosing, I'm going either lamb or
Hello.
braised steak. If you braise some steak and have that as the meat, like you would in like a beef stew sort of thing.
Yeah.
If you use the meat of that as like the meat, but then have the rest of it be the traditional roast,
Keep going.
is... Oh. My mum used to do a roast every Sunday, and once a month she would do braised steak. And it was just, it's
Don't you think there's something a bit weird about like British food, like roasts and breakfast, where it's like you like there's the potatoes, and then there's the carrots, and there's the. It's like we haven't mixed it up.
Yeah,
It's
but
like, it's not a recipe. It's like you've cooked everything individually.
Yeah, you're
and then
cooking
you've got to
7
mix it up
dinners
in your
and then-
mouth, haven't you?
yeah, no, but like so I've said this before on here. We had Michelle de Swart on, and she called me an autistic loser, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because if I have a roast dinner, I'll eat a potato, and then a pig in blanket.
Yeah.
And then a bit of meat.
Yeah.
And then a carrot. I don't go
I hate them people who put
ham spuds.
Yeah, you like everything
Sprout.
compartmentalised.
I have a bit of that bit.
Yeah.
A bit of that bit. I don't get a big.
I'm-
I don't like fuck me fork up and.
No, we're saying like what he means is he doesn't get a fork and go spud. That he doesn't put like one.
He doesn't do, this is the perfect bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like a skewer. You're not going, I need potato.
essentially-
He's like going, I want to eat a potato.
Yeah.
Now I want to eat a pea.
Yeah.
Now I want to lick the gravy off the plate. You know?
Just one singular pea.
Yeah.
Every meal is tapas to me. It's just sometimes all the tapas is on one plate.
Yeah.
That's how you,
See, I'm a simple man. I just love a bit of Wheat Bix. Easy.
bit of what?
Wheat Bix.
Weetabix?
Wheat Bix.
We say Wheat Bix. Sorry, Weetabix.
You say it wrong. Yeah.
No, it's just,
So,
Also,
So
yes,
in
you do
this-
like Weetabix, but we're talking about roast dinners.
yeah, in this conversation about who likes cooking the most, you've chipped in with, I like Weetabix. Do you make them from scratch, you cunt?
I like Weetabix.
Nick, in the first
Hang on a minute, I put milk on.
in the first half of this show,
Yeah.
this is he's the final boss of ADHD. He's got his own little trains of thought. In the first half of this show, Carl said, I think kids having iPads is going to be like really bad for the next generation because they're not going to be able to the way we're all addicted to our phones and we only got them in our 20s. Kids are having them now from an infancy and they're not going to be able to concentrate. And he went, England has a lot of good sausages though.
For real?
Yeah, that was the conversation.
Yeah.
In his mind, he was like, well, English kids will be okay. They might be like, their brains will be mush, but at least they can get good sausages.
yeah, it was
Because
a
you think sausages in the UK are all right?
Yeah, they're really lovely.
So your head went, oh, yeah. Oh, the iPads. God,
No, because in this scenario, they had a carvery.
What?
The kids were at a carvery, weren't they?
No, it was a Picardo.
At a what?
I was in an Italian tapas
Oh,
restaurant.
it's because he heard carver.
Also, in Australia, where he's from, they don't have pork sausages.
Yeah. That's
So what
all
carvery
beef.
has
All
sausages?
beef.
Just beef.
Yeah. If you're going to get pork, it's hard.
Do you like what the meat is?
No, it's hard to get.
Oh, right.
No, like-
I thought you meant it's been, like a fucking
Snap it off.
chorizo.
Yes.
So, what do you think of pork sausages now you're in England?
What do I think of them?
I mean, you've started this, finish it.
Oh, can we be honest with you? I fucking
Well,
love
I
them.
like sausages.
I do.
I'll stick them in between two wheat mixes.
Bit of milk on them.
Do you know what? That would actually not be, because you get the dry crispiness of the Wheat Bix. and
Fuck off.
And then you've got... No?
No.
It's like a crumbed sausage. That is a crumbed sausage.
Oh, who doesn't love a crumb sausage?
Exactly. It's like I don't know, like...
The amount
Can
of
I
car
have a sausage,
crashes.
please? I'd love a sausage. What do you want in it? Crumbs.
If
I suppose that is what meat is, though, isn't it?
Do you like Wheat Bix?
Crumbs of people.
Like, because you're a good cook, can you...
In a sausage. Well, sheep.
No, do you know what I'm saying, though? Like, for breakfast, I don't like a cook-up. So that's what I was thinking. I just like a simple, like, Wheat Bix.
Yeah.
Weetabix.
Yeah.
Weetabix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do you have on
Yeah, but we know what
Sunday
you
roast?
mean, but
Oh, for dinner,
For Sunday roast.
Did you say a cook up?
Huh?
A cook up?
cook-up.
What's a cook up? Isn't that what black Americans call a barbecue?
cook out.
Oh.
And we'd say fry up.
Oh,
the best of all of it.
Right.
I'm watching this and just like quarterbacking.
Well, hold me back because I'm getting angry.
What would I have in a roast?
No, what would you have as a Sunday roast? Cheerios.
Like, what's your staple Sunday meal? Like in the UK, we have a roast.
Yeah, so the roast was only a thing for me when I moved here.
So what's an Australian version of that?
Oh, like we'd have barbecues. We'd have, sometimes I'd go to Mackey's. No, it was like treat. Sunday was the treat day. So Dad would take us to Hungry Jack's.
What's Christmas
Or
like?
Burger King, sorry. Was that
What's Christmas like?
Christmas? Hot. Very hot. Meal-wise, though, we'd have turkey. We'd do a turkey. Yeah.
How would you do it?
I cook it from scratch.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, sure.
Why are you kidding?
What?
You should cook it from scratch. How would you cook it otherwise?
No, I was meaning that, like, you know how you make a meal and you bring all the ingredients in? I couldn't just invent a turkey.
No, you couldn't invent. God did that.
You don't need to. It's already been done. And then everywhere as well.
In my head.
What you mean is you don't birth a turkey?
You can't cook it because you can't make one. I can't make a turkey. That's what I was thinking. No, but yeah, we don't.
Can't make a turkey.
Tom, you need to go back to the doctors and finish that.
Do you know, genuinely, right? So Thomas has been on this show many times, and the only people we ever asked to co-host in either mine or Dan's absence are like our listeners, real favourites, and they love him. And he's been on so many times. And I know that the fact that a lot of our listeners, and me and Carl, often take the piss out of you for being a little bit under-intelligent, bothers you a little bit. And I think today is the worst one. I think what you've come out with across today's show is such... We've reached the bottom of the pit.
No. I think I didn't know that you always get picked on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to add to it. I just thought biggest cunt in the room. But I didn't know that you get this all the time, and I've loved all of your contributions.
Thank you, Nick.
You can see you know.
I know a genuine man when I see it.
Me?
Great. If you were cooking for somebody, me, right?
Yeah.
If me and you got an Airbnb together, right?
Yeah. We wouldn't be cooking.
And we have the Saturday night, right? And we go, do you know what? We're just gonna have a night in. We're gonna cook.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be your
We're
sous
going to
chef.
have a cook-off.
Yeah.
A cooking. A cook-out.
A cook-out.
A cook-off. A cook-up.
A cook-up.
We're going to have a cook-down. We're going to cook down.
We're gonna have a cook down.
You're gonna get Nick out the chimney.
What are
though.
we cooking? What meal are we doing? What are you? A meal to impress someone?
For me and you?
Yeah.
Or for, like, because I do, like, banquet cooking.
Okay, well, the whole team.
So I would do, like, a paella.
Okay.
Paella.
Nice.
And
Is it paella, actually?
In Spain, yeah.
in Spain, it's paella.
Oh, that's wrong.
That's just their language.
But it's but we say paella.
Yeah.
Wheat bix. You say wheat bix?
We say what you do. You get a big paella pan, and you fill it with Weetabix. So you make a paella, right? Yeah. And then you put like
Chicken or seafood or both?
I put maybe prawns, but not. I don't like the squid rings. And then maybe there'd be some chicken in it. But no, it wouldn't be chicken because then you'd put chorizo in it. And then what you do is you'd get like a roast chicken and you'd chop it into little bits and then you put all the roast chicken stuff on. Or you'd do like thighs and legs.
What makes it yellow then?
The chorizo. It's basically chorizo is coloured. Is this all right?
Yeah.
Chorizo is coloured with paprika. And when you fry the chorizo off at the beginning, you like render it at the beginning and then all the oil goes like bright orange. And when you put the rice in, dry.
Yeah.
And you put chicken stock in, you put the lid in, and when the rice has absorbed all the chicken stock, that's when it's done. But you fry all of the stuff at the bottom, right? Cook it, put the rice in, put the chicken stock in, put the lid on, let it absorb. While you're doing that, you're roasting your chicken thighs and legs, yeah? And you're making a big salad, and you're doing like a bread basket and whatever, blah, 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 blah.
Cooking's stressful.
But then I do like 3 salads with like, there's a potato salad, but you don't use mayonnaise, you use olive oil. And then you use like a red cabbage salad with like fresh peas in it. And then you have like this fucking huge thing and people queue up and they eat all your food. And then at the end of the night, you go, fucking hell, look at all the washing up. But then your cleaner comes in the morning and you leave the house.
You know how you learn something new every day? I didn't think today would be that I'd learnt that chorizo colours the rice.
Well, people think it's saffron, but saffron tastes disgusting.
Is it?
So it's
Very, very strong.
I had a saffron risotto the other night, and it was with hake, and it was good.
Oh, I've had that in that restaurant, yeah, and it was delicious in there.
Yeah.
But the common misconception that
Oh, so you like you're passionate about cooking?
I was, and then I moved into a flat that's got a shit kitchen, and now I just deliver.
Bang on
a
the way
shit
a bit.
kitchen. As someone who enjoys cooking, a shit kitchen really does fuck with your mood.
It's like, what's the fucking point? I've got a fucking convection oven. Fuck off.
Is your cooking cuisine in terms of like Italian, French, whatever, like Asian, whatever? Is your cooking cuisine different to your Deliveroo, like what you would order? So what I'm saying is, if you love cooking Mexican or Spanish food or whatever, do you then order Spanish or Mexican food?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Well, you're like, fuck
Well,
it.
it's a gamble, isn't it? Every time you go Deliveroo, it's like 50-50 whether it's going to be shit or not.
Yeah.
Or open.
You've just got to play safe almost every time.
Oh, it's fine. Every time I go and Deliveroo, everything's shut.
Yeah, I play it safe on Uber Eats.
Where's the latest places? Because people say like, oh, do you want to come and visit us in Andover? And I'm like, I've got a KFC that's open until 2 o'clock at the end of my street. Why am I coming to Andover?
so we went to Anglesey for a wedding last month, and we went to a pub, and they stopped serving food at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And there was nowhere else to eat.
Yeah.
I was like, why am I in a place where I can't eat after 8
Oh, mate,
o'clock?
On a Friday night as well. It wasn't like a
I don't want to
fucking
be
bank
there.
holiday Monday.
And why do you think I want to eat? Because I haven't got anything at home. All the shops are closed. You're the only fucking place that serves food, and you closed at 8. Why? Because you want your fucking dinner.
Yeah. And they couldn't understand why. I like to be in somewhere that's connected, where if I want to eat at 3 a.m., I could eat at 3 a.m. I mean, I thought that's common.
But the places that close at 8, the bins are still fresh.
I'm going to just apologise to our Patreon members because I'm about to repeat a story from this week's episode, but I've got to tell Nick and Thomas what happened with Deliveroo the other day.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, on Saturday, at the
This
weekend,
Saturday just gone.
we went to a concert in Sefton Park near where someone we know lives.
Whose concert?
And it was the BBC One.
It was the big weekend.
BBC Radio 1 Big Weekend.
BBC Radio 1 Big Weekend.
We weren't really bothered about any of the artists. It was just there was a music festival near
who
our
was-
house.
But who was on?
Sam Fender.
Ed Sheeran, Sam Fender, Sugar Babes, Wolf Alice.
Sugar Babes were the one.
Blossoms were great as well.
Yeah.
The Sugar Babes. What lineup?
OG.
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 Like,
Really?
to the point where not even the blonde Scouse one,
Right.
who everyone thinks is an OG, Heidi, she was actually a very early iteration before they made it.
Right.
So it was,
Like going all the way back to her?
yeah.
Mutia Buena.
Yeah.
Right.
Keisha and the other one.
And the other one.
What do you mean? There was 4 of them?
No. Mucha Buena.
Yeah.
Keisha.
Yeah.
And the other one.
And the other one. Do you ever thought that, like, you know, they're called the Sugar Babes?
Uh-huh.
And then there was the Spice Girls.
Uh-huh.
So Sugar and Spice. So they just ripped off the name and changed it.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Never thought about it.
Were you the first person to think about that?
Not only that, I thought about it 6 years ago. And this is the first time I've had a public platform to talk about it. So thanks, guys, if nothing else.
That has genuinely blown my head off. I'm so glad we're not stoned now, because I'd have gone into another dimension here.
You might have blown the lid off the whole thing here, you know.
Yeah, it's a racket. I don't mean the music.
Why would they have done that though?
Why? Because we need coming up with a band name is one of the hardest things you can do.
Yeah.
We go, we're going to do another all-girl pop band. Who was good? Spice Girls. What's like that?
It's just lazy.
Sugar
innit?
Babes.
Yeah, that's clever.
Yeah. yeah, it was. Anyway,
So
ADHD.
we went and got hammered in the park. We got drunk.
Yeah.
Great. I woke up on Sunday, very hungover,
Yeah.
and had a little bit of sex with me, missus. Had a bit of sex.
Right, yeah, I'm with you.
And then, I don't know whether you've ever been hungover and ejaculated. And then afterwards, you get like a really bad headache, but it's happened to me a few times. And that's what happened. So I had to have a nap. And this was about 11:30. And I napped from 11:30 till about 12:30. And as I woke up at 12:30 on Sunday afternoon, I woke up and my missus said to me, how are you feeling now? And I said, I actually feel fine now. I feel good. Be okay. I said, but I'm just starving. And as my mouth finished the G in the word starving, there was a knock at the front door. And I opened the front door. And there was a delivery man with a bag of Chinese food. And he gave me it. And so I came in and I said to my missus, have you ordered me Chinese food while I've been napping? No, and I'd want Chinese food as soon as I was hungry. And she said, I don't know what you're talking about. So then I checked on my phone.
Sugar Babes did it.
And and I had a text from Muchi Buena saying, enjoy your scran, lad. Now, when I'd got home hammered the night before at 1:30 in the morning.
And you timed it?
No, I tried the night before to order myself Chinese food. And Deliveroo will let you put an order in for a restaurant that isn't open.
Yeah.
And it goes, hey, thanks for your money. They're not open at the minute, but they will be at 12 o'clock tomorrow and they'll deliver it then.
Yeah.
Now, I was so drunk getting back that night that I don't remember getting in. So I had no memory of ordering that food, so I didn't know it was coming. But I woke up hungover, had a post-sex nap, woke up and said the word, I'm starving. And then a magical China fairy had appeared at the front door.
He wasn't Chinese, was he?
No, but he was holding Chinese food.
Right.
And so, yeah, drunk Adam had just sorted hungover Adam out with an absolute food miracle.
That's amazing.
And I honestly think it might be the best thing that's ever happened to an adult man.
That is amazing. Because I normally have to set my alarm and wake up early to cancel it. But that's
a miracle.
That's you just think, well, the rest of the day is going to be fucking amazing. I was with my mate. When was it? When was World Cup 2002?
Yeah.
So how old were you? 6?
Japan and Korea, we were 10.
I was 10, yeah.
Japan,
Gerard
Korea.
missed that because he broke his leg.
So the matches were on at 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. I was at university and me and my friend, I'm not into football, but everyone else was, and it's World Cup. And so my friend and me would wait outside the pub for it to open and we'd sleep on benches out the front. And we would, I'd just been dumped and we were just drinking non-stop. It was brilliant. It was the best. Just drinking non-stop. Right? And we were getting up early and drinking at 5 a.m. And it was just brilliant. One day we're going home and we go through a kids park. And it's not quite dawn, but it's light. And we see this park bench, and next to the park bench is this white plastic bag. Right, we're students, we don't have any money. And there's this white plastic bag next to this, and we look in, and it's 8 containers of this Chinese takeaway that someone has obviously sat down at this bench and left it there. So, we looked at it. We were like, of course we can't. But 3 seconds, we were knuckle deep, man. There was chop suey sauce all down our fucking faces. It was delicious. Best thing. And it was like room temp,
Oh my
which
God.
which was weird because it was outside. But it was honestly, I probably hadn't eaten in days, just Stella for a week. And then licking out the fucking silver trays.
Drinking barbecue sauce.
You keep watch, make sure there's no kids coming.
See, I would never get a Chinese for a takeaway.
It's my go-to. It's if I'm hungry. It's
Chinese, is it?
Yeah.
What would yours be?
Always get pizza. Oh, fuck.
I get bored of pizza. If I have pizza that week, I'm
I have pizza maybe once every 2 months.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not a big... I love great pizza. I think I'm just really fussy with pizza. So the best pizza in Liverpool, without any close competition, in my opinion, is American Pizza Slice.
That's great.
Yeah.
But because I'm luckily enough go to New York a couple of times a year, the level of great pizza in New York is so absurdly better than anything in the UK that it's almost not the same food. Right. It's it's not the same thing.
Right.
If you go to Linder Street or John's on Bleecker Street or anywhere of that standard in New York, I forget the other one in the south bit of Brooklyn as well, which is unbelievable. But it is so spectacular that the type of pizza you get from a takeaway over here is just... It's horse shit.
I went to Venice. I went to Venice in Italy.
the best, please.
And
thought you meant Little Venice in Las Vegas, but go on.
So I went to Venice in Italy, and I had a pizza in Italy, and it was shit.
Yeah, it's not good.
Most Italian food, unless you go to the right place, it's just tourist.
Yeah, I had one in Pisa. I was not impressed.
You had a pizza in Pisa.
Yeah.
When in Rome.
Yeah.
I like.
In my head, I went.
If you go to
"But
a
they're two
tourist
different
trap in
places."
any country in the world, though, if you go to like a touristy place, then it is horrific. But Italian style pizza where it's all floppy and it's knife and fork, I'm just not having it. Pizza should you should be able to hold it from the crust and it doesn't like dip.
Oh, I fold it.
Yeah.
So that it's
a little fold's fine. Yeah. A little like crunch, like you want like that angle.
But you don't want it on the flop.
No flop.
I like to fold it. I like to fold it like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Oh, I want pizza now. Fuck.
We can get you some pizza, Tom.
Yeah, okay.
Let's have a little break. Press that big red button. What's happening, lads? Time to tell you about our OG absolute favourite sponsor, Manscaped.com. That promo code is WEIRD15 for 15% off. Father's Day is coming up. And what the dad's like? Shaving.
I don't know. I haven't got one. But yeah, June the 15th of this year is Father's Day.
What are you holding there, Carl?
This is the Chairman.
Is that a Chairman in your hand, or are you just pleased to see me?
Both. It's the Chairman Pro. It's got like the foil. It's what I use for me now. Look at our beards. Boss, aren't they? We use Manscaped products. It's all we use. It's the best gear.
I haven't used mine this week.
Yeah, I have. And the
Look at the
Chairman
difference. Before and after.
Yeah, wonderful. And the Chairman Pro is like the all-in-one goat of the collection.
But also, other products available at manscaped.com. There's one for your balls and your knob. There's one for your, like, trimming your face. There's the Chairman Pro, the electric, does your neck. You can do whatever you want.
There's one for your head.
And on top of that, there's ball deodorant, there's undies, there's all sorts of stuff. And you get 15% off every single item.
Can you give me an example of a bad Father's Day gift, Adam?
A big box of poo.
Yeah. Why would you get your dad a big box of poo when you can go to manscaped.com, use code WEIRD15 and get him the Chairman? Don't buy your dad a box of poo. Buy him a Manscaped.
Final section of the show, ladies and gentlemen. What larks we've had so far today. Huh? Have you enjoyed it? That's good. Great.
I'm invested.
Mr. Nick Helm, I believe you have a tour to tell us about and a special project as well.
Yeah, I have a special project. I'm on tour at the end of the year, Adam.
Yeah, and there must be a website with the listings.
You
for
can
that.
get tickets from nick-helm.co.uk, or you can follow me on Instagram at @TheNickHelm.
Beautiful.
I'm doing a tour at the end of the year called No One Gets Out Alive, and yeah, it's going to be really good.
Beautiful. And an album.
And yeah, my last album came out in 2016, and I've been mentally ill since then. So I'm just finishing it now. So it's taken about 9 years, and it's 30 songs. So it's not an album, but I'm going to be starting to drip feed music out from about summer onwards.
What kind of music is it? What genre?
What genre? It's sort of like I don't know. It's like a bit of everything. There's some indie stuff and there's some like rock music. It's mainly rock music, I suppose, but it's sort of like it's all my music, so it's sort of a bit funny. Some of it's funny and some of it's not. Some of it's depressing, but that can be good. Sometimes it's nice to cry.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Sometimes you know you have been holding back a certain emotion because you feel it's negative, so you push it away, and it takes a piece of art to bring that emotion out to you, but you need to get out here to deal with it.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. Adam Rowe gets me.
You said that, and my head went, I wonder if he's got any songs about food. That's what I was wondering.
Wheat Bix.
Wheat Bix and sausages.
I would expect that one to be
and sausages. That's what makes me smile.
I thought it'd be like more of a metal one. You know what I mean? Like
Wheat Bix and sausages. Like that.
yes, I'm all in.
Well, I haven't quite finished it. I can put another
Oh,
one.
please do.
Bonus track.
I guarantee you, our listeners will make that the highest streamed song on the album. There's a wheat bix and sausages track.
Well, no, that's fine because it will just lead other people to find me.
Yes. Can you buy it physically? Can you buy it physically?
You will be able to buy it. Yeah, you can. What, as a human? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, in store,
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
hold
yeah.
it? Yeah.
And I sell loads of merch at the end of my gigs, and it's always the best part.
Oh, so you can have a hard copy.
Yeah, you can get like
wicked.
a CD.
Yeah,
You can get a
that's what I mean.
CD.
Yeah, CDs are cool.
Or you can, yeah,
A record?
You can get a vinyl.
Fuck yes,
I
love
got
a
Vittorio's.
vinyl.
After Vittorio's show, I bought his vinyl. I've never listened to it, but it's cool to have it.
It's the coolest thing in the world. Is
Well, you get a vinyl, and then you got the thing, haven't you?
Yeah, that's
but
what I
then
mean,
you've
I get
also
to
got
hold it.
Spotify on Bluetooth. So what's the fucking point in getting up?
Yeah, but it's better.
Yeah.
I've got a record player that I've had since Christmas that I haven't unboxed yet. I'm really excited to unbox it though.
I had a record player that was unset up for the entire lockdown, and then I just bought a new one because it was easier to use.
I have a
You are
if
the
I
same
haven't-
person.
If I haven't set it up in 6 years, then I need to buy a new one, right?
Well, I've got a record player that I used a lot, but I've now lost the plug for it, so I don't use it anymore. I can't find the plug.
But every time you look at that record player, you remember the music you
I
listen
do,
to.
and I think those were good times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those were good times.
Finn, have we got any executive orders to look at?
We have many executive orders.
So we do a little bit of a feature here that we've definitely invented and not stole from another part of the world or anything like that.
Of course.
And it's called executive orders. Do you know what an executive order is, Thomas?
No.
So you know, I don't know whether you've heard, but Donald Trump's president again.
Right.
And
Of where?
of America.
Okay.
And he's came back into power and he's been abusing his power, allegedly. No, he has. And what he's been doing, instead of pushing things through government and getting it to go through all the steps that it would normally take for something to become a law or a policy or whatever, he's been signing what is called executive orders, which is a power given to the president in America in order to it's just immediately law. So he could be like, hey, on Tuesdays, Greggs have to give everyone a free steak bake with every Lucasade.
I think that would get a few votes, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But the point is, they don't need votes. They just become law. So the question we ask our listeners and our guests, and I probably should have asked you but forgot, is what would your executive order be if you came into power? So let's have a couple of examples, Finn.
This is from Alan. Executive order 5 and all numbers that end in 5 should be classed as an even number.
I can't tell you how much I like the synesthesia. Is it synesthesia? Is that the word when everything just feels good and right?
No,
I think that's
Synergy.
where you can see colours.
synesthesia is when you put like, number 5 is yellow on Tuesdays.
Yeah, but I feel like this is the same sort that it's just evoked that
It's
sort of.
synergy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, like that just works for me. Like 25 is an even number
Why?
because it just feels nice.
Is it 'cause
Even
four
numbers
of them are at
feel
100?
nice.
It's a round number, but it's not.
Maybe it's a round number. It's like the 2 of 5. That's not round.
No. Do
But
you know how great this would be if you didn't mean these things? But what he means by round number is it's 5 lots of 5, innit? It's
a quarter of 100. It's a number that's
a
used a
good
lot.
number. It feels
Like
nice.
16 is a round number. 100 is 50, 25, 10. They're all like round. They're used as like
Okay, like a coin. Like a quarter. No, don't make me feel
Well,
stupid.
yeah. So that
You get 25
To
like a
round
quarter.
number.
You wouldn't get 16.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean about it feeling right, though? That 25 is an even number. I understand that even is divisible by 2 to leave a whole number. I understand that. But it shouldn't be.
what's wrong with being an odd number?
This is a very good question.
Well, like some numbers are just
why is it
horrible.
even better than odd?
27's worse than 25.
83 can fuck itself. The number 83.
Wow.
And 37 thinks he's all
Why?
popular.
What's
as
wrong
well.
with 83?
83 is just...
It's
Yeah.
83 prime.
No, I know
it
what you
feels
mean.
prime.
In a
Is that
way.
your most hated
Yeah,
number?
probably. Yeah. Huh?
Is 83 your most hated number? If we're talking about 0 to 100, what's your most... Oh, fuck off.
14.
14.
No,
neither
14
here-
I quite like.
Oh, you neither here nor there. Fuck off.
17 is a bit of a cunt, isn't it?
17 is a bit of a cunt. Yeah. I can't think of many worse than 53s can suck me dick as well.
57.
Anything that ends in 3, I don't like.
Well, you know
68.
what? 53 is rubbish.
68's a bit of a cunt.
But so's 47, right?
That might be the worst one.
What, 47?
47
Yeah,
and
'cause you're not 50
53
yet.
is 100.
But also half of it's even, which is like them trying to go, hey, I'm all right, mate, but actually go fuck yourself, do you know what I
if
mean?
you had 47 on the back of a jersey, you'd be like, oh, fuck.
If you had like 57 though, and
Nat Phillips?
55 is odd and 7 is odd, does that mean they cancel each other out and make it even, Adam?
No, 57's still annoying.
Is everything above 100 cool?
Huh?
Everything above 100's cool. Then.
Everything over 100 doesn't count, right?
123.
Yeah,
is,
1, 2,
no, that's
3.
class, yeah.
Anything above 100's sick. Mate.
103, that's annoying.
Nah, belty.
No,
What?
it's not.
How is that?
103's worse. Maybe the worst one so far.
Because in your head, you're just trying to get to 100, right? And
Yeah.
when you get to 103, you're like, oh, God, I can't go back. I've got to keep going to 200.
147 would be horrific, but it's a snooker maximum,
mate.
so it's class.
Yeah.
147 is not bad because you're almost at 150 and then you've only got 50 more to get to 200, right?
99 pisses me off a bit.
Why?
Yeah, it's edging you, isn't
Two
it?
of the same number, and it's not quite 100.
No, it's already up, innit? 99's. Oh, go on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like,
Brilliant.
oh,
Keep going.
99's ice cream.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
exactly.
No,
We've-
99's just edging. Like, oh,
No.
it's
We've
nearly
got a
there.
lot of nostalgia for 99s because they're ice creams.
Yeah.
Are they?
Ice creams and those nearly prices
Oh,
that
the
used to be
99
everywhere.
kind.
$5.99,
So if anything,
$6.99,
100 is worse than
$7.99.
99.
That's fair. Yeah. Poundland.
Not a fan of 100,
There's
no.
people who don't work like our brains do, by the way, listening to this, who currently want to smash every listening device they've ever owned. But I associate
Well,
with
I'm
this.
struggling, but
But do you not... Synesthesia, do you understand what I mean by... Do you understand what synesthesia is?
No, I'm still trying to
Thursday's
work out a
purple.
round number.
Thursday's 47 and purple.
oh right. Well, what colour is summer?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Oh, I'm green.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
spring
that's
to me.
spring for me.
But
Yeah.
it's dark green. It's dark green.
Early mornings.
Like shade. You're in the shade.
Autumn's orange
Yeah, of course.
and winter's blue.
Black.
I think those ones are just the colours that go with the season. You've
Yeah.
got ones for like days of the week. That's the weirder ones.
Like, what's Tuesday?
What's Tuesday? What colour's Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Well, I don't know if it works like that. Well, the weekend is kind
Olive
of
green
like
for me.
I'd say magenta.
dark blue. The weekend is. So maybe.
Like an indigo?
But it's almost like it's a shelf, right? And so you have the weekend here. So maybe that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Wednesday is here. So Wednesday kind of like goes under the shade. So maybe like, maybe like Tuesday's like a yellow, but then it goes into like, it gets darker. But there's the shade, it's a shelf. So then it gets sort of like the yellow gets darker and then we're on like a purple or a green up here. Then that's the weekend.
See, what I would say is I disagree with
I don't know
all
if
of
I
the
wanna
colours
have
you
Mets.
but you definitely get it.
Understand it, yeah.
You just have your own...
Friday's yellow, Saturday's orange, Sunday's brown. And then starts again.
Thursday's
Sunday's
orange.
brown.
Yeah, because it's like the brown dead.
But mine's
Do
like
you not like Sundays?
I think just growing up, you don't
I
like
fucking
Sunday.
love a Sunday.
Sunday's the best day of the week.
No,
Sunday's Sunday's the worst day of the
Sunday's
week.
bad.
The Sunday scaries I still get, and I have no reason to get them.
Sunday is packing down the fun.
What are you scared of on
for
Sunday?
the week?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Well, you've been a comedian forever. Like, that's not the case
It's
at all,
built
is it?
into you from a child.
What do you
That
mean?
Sunday is the end of the fun.
Sunday's the end of the world.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, what the fuck are you scared of on a Sunday?
Monday.
You know what the Sunday scaries are?
No.
From
I
when you
used
were
to
in
be scared of green grass on
Heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
The Sunday scaries is I'm in school tomorrow. I haven't done that.
And he was on Sunday night, but every time he was on the telly, it reminded, I've got fucking school in the morning.
Serica gets the Sunday scaries now because she's a teacher and she's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I get that. But
And then I get it through osmosis.
Oh, the Sunday blues.
Well, what do you think the Sunday fucking scaries are?
That's what I was wondering. I was asking what a scary is. I thought.
Sorry, guys, we got a professor in the room.
I thought Sunday scary. You were just scared. I was like, what's scaring you? I don't
Sunday
understand.
just feels a bit.
Like horror movies or
Oh,
something.
I couldn't disagree more. Sunday's
night's
my
the best.
favourite
Why
day
is
of the
your
week.
favourite day? Because you're making your Weetabix roasts. That's it. Yeah, but we'll all be doing it now, right?
Yes. Fucking oath.
Sunday, I'll tell you my perfect Sunday.
Okay.
Right, I get up,
Wait a bit.
go to the coffee van. Yeah? Get a
Where's the van?
It's about a 10 to 12 minute walk from me flat.
Great.
Right? Walk to the coffee van.
Oh.
Walk with that coffee to the bakery.
Oh, nice.
Queue. The bakery always has a queue, so I get the coffee from the van to drink in the queue at the bakery.
Right.
And then by the time I get into the bakery,
You love the
I'm
queue,
ready
though.
for another coffee, and I'll get a pastry. Have that coffee and pastry at the bakery on the little step outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then walk or drive maybe to a
toilet.
supermarket.
2 coffees in.
Are you sat on the step outside?
There's like a bench.
This is your ideal Sunday.
Yeah.
And you've added a queue into that.
And it's a big queue as well.
My ideal Sunday.
I like to join the back of the queue with a coffee, and that's my morning.
Yeah, no, but
And then I
Jen,
sit on a step with a Danish pastry.
And suddenly, Wheat Bix doesn't look so bad.
do you know, genuinely, I don't mind a queue that I've chosen to be
Yeah,
in.
sure. I agree with that. I don't mind a queue.
Like if I get forced into a queue, like a traffic queue that I wasn't expecting,
Or an airport.
that makes me homicidal. And like people with bad queuing etiquette, but like
Yeah, bad queuing etiquette because you think I'm doing the queue, but no one else seems to get a queue. They don't
yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose my space in a queue.
But seeing a line for like somewhere I want to go in, whether it's there or like a good pizza place in like, and it's like I'm happy to wait in it, especially if I've just got my little first coffee of the day. Oh, I'm happy to have the queue. And even in the fantasy that I'm having right now, I won't remove the queue because that I want my fantasy to be grounded in reality.
Okay, so
But you don't do this every Sunday, do you? This is quite a...
this is his perfect Sunday. Listen,
This
this
is
is
irregular,
perfect
though.
Sunday.
No, it's not.
You do this every Sunday?
I do it every Sunday that I haven't got commitments.
Okay.
Like if
What?
it's also possible Liverpool might be playing at 12 o'clock, and by the time I'm getting ready and driving to the match or walking to the match or whatever, then it can throw things off. But like a Sunday where I haven't got a gig,
Yeah, but you've got to like 11 a.m.
yeah, and then I'll go to the shops and I'll get the stuff for a roast dinner,
Right.
and then I'll go back and I'll start prepping the roast and get the meat in, and then
And you in charge of Sunday dinner.
yeah, that's my vibe.
That's your favourite.
Yeah. And then Sunday dinner finished, and then ideally get a bath and then get sucked off.
That's a great Sunday.
So what you've done there is you conflated the childhood bath of the end of a Sunday and made it adult with a blowjob.
Yes.
And that's your genius.
I like
Tell me what you change about the Sunday I've just given you all.
I don't like getting up to go and walk and stand in a queue on a Sunday. I'd rather lie in.
Well, what's your ideal Sunday?
Well, what was
This should be a new feature,
This is a
actually.
new
Your
section.
ideal Sunday.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll get up. I'll have to have a little bit of a lie in because I'll have watched the UFC the night before, which usually finishes late. So I get a lie in, and then I'll wake up, and I'll usually go to M&S
So put a timestamp on waking up.
11
Right.
because I've got to sleep about 6.
Yeah.
So I'm having a short sleep. I'll usually go to M&S and get us our favourite snacks, and then we'll just watch telly all day in bed.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, I like.
And then to about 5 or 6 o'clock, she'll get the Sunday scaries, which is like, oh, I'm in work tomorrow. And then she'll say she's going to do some work. She won't. She'll get a bath. And
There
then
was needle in that, wasn't there?
or maybe it's before that, and I'll put like the 4 o'clock game on, and she'll be in the bath, and I'm watching the footy.
At 6.
What?
At 6. You
And
put in
maybe
the 4
earlier.
o'clock. Oh, right, okay.
I'll watch, and then we'll get back in bed, and we'll, watch more things together. Sunday to me is, I don't want to leave the house unless it's to get snacks.
Right.
Yeah.
What? Just snacks, no meals.
No, it's probably like 5 o'clock. We get a pizza or something delivered, and
Good.
I like to do nothing on a Sunday.
Yeah, all right.
What's your ideal Sunday, Nick Helm?
Well, wake up.
That's a good start.
Good start.
Good start.
Is it? Get a heated blanket on max, right? Ooh. And then I'll get the duvet and I'll try and sort of like shove it in so I'm like good and tucked in.
Cinnamon bun.
And then I'll lie there like a pencil, right? And I might need a wee, but over the day that sensation builds, and I can't really move my legs anymore because I've wedged myself in, and then eventually the street lights come on, right? And only then, when you can sort of like hear people kind of like, it's the end of the day, "Yeah, come on, it's time for bed," right? And all that stuff going outside in the windows. And then I'll kind of like, and then I'll stick my head out the window maybe. I'll wedge myself out and then I'll stick my head out the window and I look and the coast is clear, right? There's no one, outside looking in. And then I'll go for that wee. And by that point, it feels incredible. And what could be better than that on a Sunday?
A long overdue piss.
Say again?
A long overdue piss.
What do you mean? How long would I piss?
No, you're having a long overdue piss. That's what the Sunday is.
Well, what could be better than relief?
What's after the piss? Back to bed.
Back to bed, mate. Maybe turn the heated blanket down a notch, but then you miss the burn. You miss the burn, so you whack it right back up to 3.
Are you awake this whole time?
Yeah, but my eyes are closed. Well, I'll tell you what. I'd just like to be left with my thoughts on a Sunday. I was in. It wasn't a Sunday. I was in my flat once, and there was a leak downstairs, and the builders were let in by the landlords. But I'd slept through them arriving, and I was so ashamed that I was still sleeping in when the builders were there. So I just pretended I wasn't in, and I stayed in bed all day. Like not making any noise, and I could hear the builders talking about me, and I was just like, "Oh no, this is terrible." I was there for fucking 11 hours, and then eventually, when they left, it was dark outside, and then I went for a piss. So it doesn't have to be a Sunday.
It's a beautiful.
The
Sunday.
Lord's Day. That's what I call it. That's what you would have wanted. No, you don't say that about God, do you?
Thomas, can you round us off and we'll finish this week's episode with your perfect Sunday?
Okay.
You've got children, so that kind of changes it, doesn't it?
You've got
Child.
I got chilled. So mine's a bit different.
Go
from yours,
before
Nick.
you had the baby, and it was just you and
No,
your lady.
I want to know what it is now.
Surely do.
Yeah, Tom, we all do.
Thanks, Nick. It's a little bit different from your day. I tend to get up and
Flex.
Ooh.
All right.
I
I think what I'm doing is actually more challenging than that. I'm playing chicken with my bladder.
Is the chicken crumbed?
Don't look at me like that.
Anyway, so similarly to you, I'll walk down. I'm on a high street, so I'll just get up and I'll have a bit of a lie-in, and then we get the kid ready and we take him down. We get a coffee together, have a wander down there. It's a nice little walk. And then might go to the park, take Lou to the park, have a little play down there, kick the footy, And then I would love. Is this what I do or what I would like to do?
What?
I mean, it's your ideal Sunday.
Yeah, so
But you can't
is this what I've lived?
Have you ever had a perfect Sunday? And if not, imagine one.
What, man?
Like
We're not changing the rules on the fourth person, are we? For fuck's sake.
You've got to put things you don't like in the day, peppered.
Say again.
I'm joking. Just do your.
So yeah, and then okay, then I'd like to have so the Formula One's on and order an.
I just never had anyone in my life who I love as much as you struggle with so many just basic. It's such a simple question. What's your ideal Sunday? Do I have to have done it every Sunday for my entire adult life? Well, then I don't know. Every Sunday's different, Adam. Just what's your ideal Sunday?
Lie in, wake up, coffee park.
Realistic ideal Sunday. That's the only thing. It can't be, I'd like to nip to the moon and back. It just has to be feasible.
Sunday, yeah.
Like if... Like this Sunday coming, this Sunday, in a few days on Sunday, like what would you love that day to look like within
reason?
Like if you right this second, you've got no gig. Are you gigging Sunday?
No.
Right. So this Sunday, if Sophie and the baby are all happy, healthy, and having a great time, no one's got the flu or bronchitis or anything. What would you do on Sunday?
I'd get a coffee.
Yeah. You've gone in the park with the baby and
yeah, we've had a play, we've had a good time. I'd watch some sport. Formula One might be on. Maybe watch a match.
Nice.
And then order a takeaway.
Yeah.
Like big pizza. And like when Louis in bed, I'd love to have a little cheeky sesh on the PS5.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I'd love a happy ending. Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you? Yeah.
No. What, no.
You're gonna have sex?
You're not with the remote.
No, with your
Why not?
With your wife.
He's like, chimneys are up for the cat.
Yeah, so
You could change the channel with your sphincter.
I think an ideal Sunday would involve
Formula One, sex, and Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. It's have fucking, it's food, and it's good family time. That's a great Sunday. And sport. Yeah, all separate.
Fucking food and Formula One. The 3 Fs. And stick another Weetabix on the barbie.
Weet-Bix.
What a waste of our time.
Can we hear Finn's? Hi. Go on, Finn.
It's not topping that. I'll get up dead late, midday, get out of bed, and then just try not to think about the fact that it's Sunday.
Smoke weed.
Yeah, I'll have a joint.
Just
And
one.
watch the football.
Just one.
Huh?
We should have stopped
Yeah,
that.
you never.
That brings us to the end of this week's episode. I think the gas leak in this building is getting worse, and we will get that sorted eventually.
No, we won't.
Thank you to our wonderful guest, Nick Helm, for being here.
Does everyone else end furious?
Yeah, it normally builds.
We build it up.
Nick-helm.co.uk for tour dates.
Come and see me on tour.
An album dropping soon. And what's the album called?
Down and dirty.
Down and Dirty.
Nice.
Half of it's depressing and half of it's dirty.
That makes sense. You got anything you want to plug away, Tom?
Oh, yes. Mine tour. It's coming up 25 and 26. We've just extended in 2026. Thomas Green Brainstorm. Check out all the tickets available at livenation.co.uk.
I'm doing some warm-up shows, adamrowe.co.uk. They're on sale now. I'm adding more as the ones that are on sell out. So if you look and you go, oh, my place is gone, then look back again in a week or two and there's probably going to be another one.
I was so confused then because you've got that camera facing that way and I was like, who are we talking? And I forgot there's a second one there.
That's good, Tom. Finn,
We've got we've got a song to round us off for the audio listeners. This is by a band called Dead Stilettos, and this is their tune Fridge Raider.
Fridge Raider.
Yeah, like the chicken.
press the button, Tom.